I think we got everything going. Alright. I have audio, so that seems right. Got some people in the chat. Mr. Boss for the win loves to clickbait says hi, and Sci-Fi Source says, hey, before we dive into the stream, everyone be sure to like it. Man, Sci-Fi Source has a great point. Now is the time to like the stream. I have a bit of a sore throat today, so forgive me if I seem to be drinking a lot of fluids. So yeah, between the last stream and this stream, I installed the Scrap Anything mod, and as you can see, cleaned up Sanctuary a little bit. Basically just scrapped a lot of the trash, tried to keep the buildings intact. Accidentally scrapped an entire building right here. So one building's gone, but other than that, we're doing good, and I haven't installed any other mods, even though it was tempting. I was looking at them, and there were some really fun-looking mods. I figured I better do my best to keep this a vanilla playthrough. So I think we're probably not going to spend much time around here today. I think, well, let me just double check, because I want to say we had like a main quest that we were supposed to be working on. So we have the first step, which is to talk to the settlers at Ten Pines Bluff. So that's a Minuteman quest. Then we have Jewel of the Commonwealth. For that one, we're supposed to go to Diamond City. Honestly, we're a little underleveled. I probably don't want to do that one yet. And bring Jet to Mama Murphy. So actually, let's just go ahead and do the first step. Ooh, and Uncle Dave Zilla's here, and he says, yeah! Which is awesome. Alright, what weapons do we have? Let me check. We have our pistol, which I don't know if we have any ammo for. We have 6 Molotov cocktails. Okay, well, we've got our double barrel shotgun. That should be enough to see us through, correct? Ten Pines Bluff. If I remember correctly, that's not ridiculously far away. So let's just move on out. Yeah, the settlement looks so much better. I can't believe they, like, the difference is incredible. If you look at last stream where I ended, how the settlement looked, and now, like I said, I didn't go out of my way. I made sure to try to keep all the roads and stuff intact, but I scrapped all the dead piles of leaves and the bodies and, like, broken down pieces of furniture that for some reason you're not allowed to scrap, and now it just looks amazing. Ooh, look, a rad stag. Mordred87 says hello. Hello, Mordred87. And Uncle Dave Zill says, let's get Mama Murphy all geetered out. Yeah, if we get some jet, we'll have to bring it to her. It sounded like in the last stream, quite a few people that were watching had never given her the drugs that she wanted, so we'll have to do that just for those people. Hopefully along the way we'll pick up some stuff that's useful, like ammo, stim packs, stuff like that. Maybe some XP, if I'm not being too ASCII. Alright, I don't know if I've been up this far yet, so let's see if I can harvest these things. Yes, I can. Look at that. I believe mute fruit are some of the better harvestable snacks. See a toolbox over here. Wait, no, I've been up here. I recognize this. Ooh, there's an ammo thing in there. Did I get that? Ah, I did. I turned up the sensitivity a little bit because I couldn't get it to work with mouse and keyboard. I'm not sure why. But I turned up the sensitivity on the controller a little bit, and it feels a little bit better now. So we'll have to see if it levels out. Oh, wait, I should have the chat on the screen. There we go. I was wondering what was different. So Abdus Salam says hello, and Uncle Dave Zell said Preston hated that. Yeah, that's what happens if we give her so much drugs that she dies. PUBG Pro Bros Fortnite Schlecht says F the NCR. And that is predictable, PUBG Pro Bros Fortnite Schlecht. I could swear there's probably an easier name for you to have out there. Okay, this is Concord. Okay, so we've been over into this general region. I'm always tempted to check out all the houses. I know I'll have time. That's the thing about big open world games like this. I love being able to take my own time exploring them because I usually go pretty in depth. Which is how I figure out all the secret tips and tricks, but, you know. Mordred87 says, F Preston, he isn't worth it anyways. I mean, that's certainly... Oh, this is that place that we came across. I feel like it's full of raiders. I don't know if I've got the... Oh, it's not drained yet. Maybe it won't drain because the guy died. That's funny. Let me go check. Can I get down there without dying? This looks like a way down. Yeah, because this isn't drained like it's supposed to be. The guy did die when fighting Mirelurks last time, so it's entirely possible that that screws up the draining thing and makes it so I don't get part 2. Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't take a bunch of fall damage. And makes it so hopefully we don't get Well, it sounds like it's running. It is with great displeasure to inform you that I have Oriental for the second time. What's that? Oriental Ebola? Is that what you have? Look at that. We got some stuff. Skyrim mountain climbing. Oh yeah, I never take the long, like the regular way, even if it's I get you. For the second time, I think I had it. I think I got the Omicron variant because it was going around. I had the, I think, what do you call it, the Delta variant sometime last year, and I got pretty sick. But what you gonna do? I'm gonna get some lockpicking XP is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, for Skyrim, like even if it takes way longer, I climb the mountain. There we go.
That's it.
Ooh, medics. Caps. Dirty water. Don't mind if I do. Take some wrenches. I'll have to... Damn it. I'm gonna get so much, loot that by the time I get to the place where I'm supposed to be helping with Preston's mission thingy... Oh, crap. Okay, at least I have a couple of these. I'm gonna be so overloaded. Oops. So I'm going the wrong way. I feel better, except that my head feels like I'm underwater. That's fair. Got some more rounds. Let's check what's in here. Alright, shipment log. Okay. Not what I needed to do again. Play tape. Nope, 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 nope. Don't want to listen to an audio tape. Okay. Let's keep her moving. Are you going for any particular playstyle with this playthrough? Well, not 100% certain. When we were first... So, we didn't keep it consistent in the character creation. We went with like a buff jock-looking guy, but then we stuck all of his points into charisma and intelligence instead of like strength or anything. Kerblam. The doe died. I mean, I'm probably going to be going more VATS than I usually do. The entire first, like, 2 or 3 playthroughs I did have Fallout 4, I never used VATS. Until one day I kind of, like, figured it out again, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, VATS is a thing. And so it's not... How do I jump? Okay, that's how I jump. There we go. Oh, it's just a pipe rifle. Freaking blowflies, gross-ass things. On the bright side, if I'm nice and close to him like this and I'm using a shotgun, I hit most of my my shots that I take with VATS. I was missing a lot of them in the first episode. Silt beans. I don't even remember what silt beans are for. I assume maybe you plant them? But yeah, so as far as a particular playstyle, I mean, we've got it. It's going to be as close to vanilla as I'm comfortable doing, so I have one mod, but it's the Scrap Anything mod, so I can actually clean up settlements. Other than that, it's pretty vanilla. Uncle Dave Zill says, piss, my Hangman's Alley settles are bugged again. How so? Hangman's Alley. Is that the one in Boston? See, I very rarely do much there because it's... If you build any sort of a decent-sized settlement there at all, like decently detailed, it just lags out Boston for me, so I typically don't build there. I normally just, like, set up a bed and, like, a cooking station, all the crafting stations and stuff, and then just a bunch of storage. Okay, so... Oh, yep, I'm remembering this. This is 10 Pines Bluff. So I could do their mission or I could murder them. Let's see what their mission is.
Hi.
What do you want? We don't need any more trouble around here.
Take it easy. I'm with the Minutemen. I'm here to help.
I'm with the Minutemen.
Minutemen? I didn't really think you fellas still existed. We sent word with one of them passing traders, but honestly, I never expected anything to come of it. Most people don't put much stock in the Minutemen these days after Quincy. Bad business, that.
We're rebuilding the Minutemen from the ground up. We're the good guys again.
Glad to hear it. No question that things have been worse since the Minutemen fell to pieces. There's a raider gang that's been giving us trouble for weeks, stealing food and supplies, threatening to kill us all if we don't pony up. We know where they're coming from, but we can't go up against a gang like that.
Don't worry. I'll take care of those raiders for you.
Thanks, Frank.
Ooh, Corvega assembly plant.
Real this time. It'll be a welcome change for the better.
Alright. That's simple enough. So we're going this way. On the bright side, I have the key for the Corvega assembly plant because I grabbed it when we were first in Concord. Yeah, right. By Diamond City, the settlers just stand by the workshop. I'm going to send their worthless asses to the slog. Nice. Yeah, I always have a couple of the settlements set up like as work areas. And I don't know if it's bad, but like I don't like having the ghouls because they're so ugly. I don't like having them in my other settlements. And so I usually put them all at the slog. I'm like, that's my ghoul settlement. And I just make it into a great big farm. Alright. Kelly Yardley says, yo, Dare to Game, is it true that a lot of hackers and modders are in Red Dead Online? It's exaggerated, okay? They do exist, for sure. But, so I play Red Dead almost every single day. At least to some extent, you know, even if it's just popping on to do a couple challenges. And I only run into a hacker or a modder, I don't know, maybe once a month. It's, you know, and if I do, I just pop servers. So it's not something that I struggle with a lot. When it happens, just report them and leave. Every once in a while, if you're like playing against, if you're playing and there's someone that you know is hacking and you report them, and then suddenly your game crashes, it's because they booted you. But the beauty with that is it makes it a lot easier for Rockstar support to actually detect them. Because a lot of times, if they don't take any actions against you, especially after the report goes through, there's no evidence that they were hacking, and so it seems like nothing ever happens. But the couple times that I've gone up, like someone's been there, I'm like, they're definitely hacking, because you'll shoot them like 4 or 5 times, or blow them up with something and nothing will happen. You know, like something extreme. Ah! Hopefully this does a lot of damage. Well, it did some damage, but not as much as I would like it to. Yikes. I'm not liking this. I'm gonna die. Is it way over there now? Okay, I need to take a stim pack. Holy crap. That thing did a lot of damage. Here we go. Alright, anyway, I forgot what I was saying. PUBG Pro Bros Fortnite Select says, was there no stream this weekend, or did I just miss it? There was a stream, but just on Twitch. I was on vacation. So, Noah streamed it over on Twitch with the gang. It was a decent stream, so shame you missed it. What you should do is, subscribe to Mind Panzer on Twitch, and that way you won't miss it next time. Because, yeah, it was a pretty decent stream. Red Dead Online is a great game. The hackers are annoying, but just swap sessions in your gravy. Yeah, that's true. And, like, I can't remember who it was, but someone earlier had said you're more likely to run into them in GTA Online. That's true for a number of reasons. One of which being, as an older game, it just has less, like, anti-hack software built into it. And also, there's a lot more players playing on it. So you're more likely to run into people. It's the same sort of logic as, like, they say... You'll never catch a virus on an Apple. That's because Apple's market share is so ridiculously low that anyone creating a virus to try to infect people isn't going to make it for an Apple computer. Because if they make it for PCs, then it's actually compatible with what 97% of the people are using. So that's the same logic as why you're more likely to run into hackers on GTA than Red Dead. There's a lot more players on GTA, so it makes more sense. Plus, you know, the certain mentality of the type of people that love playing GTA all the time. More prone to that type of behavior. The average age of people playing Red Dead Online is much lower. I mean, much higher. Well, I need to use a different gun. That's for sure. Oh, I don't have the other one, Alright. Well, I have some pipe rifles too, so that's good. Let's favorite this one. How do I do that? Like this? There we go. Okay, good. I do have some ammo for this. Did that guy die? was trying to help him, but there was a lot more mole rats here than I thought there were going to be. Yep, he dead. Won't let me loot him. It's a lot of blood. Anyway, let's check and see if he had any good loot in here. If this is his house. Which I'm starting to think maybe it's not. Stim packs. There we go. It was worth it. Okay, let's... Before we get going too far. Because I gotta remember. I have to quick save. Because last time I didn't and I had to replay a big section. Which I was not a fan of. Yikes, that's an ugly shot. There we go. Alright, PUBG Pro Bros says, I'm considering doing a pipe weapon only playthrough, but I don't know, because if you don't get a good legendary, I think it would just become a grind fest. The biggest problem with a playthrough like that is going to be ammo. So, I mean, I don't remember if in the vanilla game you can craft ammo, or if that's a mod that I was using for a while there, but it's definitely something that you'll have to get if you're going to try doing that, because even the highest damage pipe weapons and using the right perk points, they're still going to be relatively low damage, and some of the, you know, like, more intense opponents are going to really be bullet sponges. But, you know, there are some sweet legendary mods that can help make that easier. With the whole Save Red Dead Online trend, do you think it will speak some sense into Rockstar about how much of a missed opportunity? I wish it would. And I think it's possible, but I don't have a ton of hope for it. It's entirely possible that they, you know, it was due to lockdowns and stuff like that, that they just didn't have enough people to put onto it, and they still plan to make stuff. But it seems like it's been a long time since they put any actual work into Red Dead. So I don't think that they're going to, because it's not the money milking cow that GTA is right now. Even though it could be if they'd put the work into it, it's not now, so I don't think it ever will be. That's just my takeaway from it, which sucks, but that is. I saw someone ask what my favorite Rockstar game is. I prefer... So, like, I loved Grand Theft Auto for a long time, and GTA San Andreas is to this day still one of my favorite games ever. Ooh, sweet. Tales of a Junktown Jerky Vendor. Bomb diggity. To this day, San Andreas is still one of my favorite games, and so I like it, and GTA 5 was good. Like, there are a lot of good GTA games. But honestly, the Red Dead games are way better in my opinion. Like, it's not even close. Red Dead 1 was one of the best games ever made, and then Red Dead 2 just improved on almost everything from Red Dead 1. So yeah, it's definitely Red Dead for me for Rockstar. There's a decent mod for upgrading the pipe weapons for endgame. I can't remember the name of it. I mean, I don't know if that would play into his idea for a like a playthrough though, because if you're modding it, there's mods to turn guns so everything they shoot does the damage of a mini nuke. So, you know, it depends how immersed in the experience he wants to be. Terminal. I assume that's to open this door. PUBG says, I am/was kind of addicted to GTA Online. I have 3,541 hours. That is a lot. Let's open this door. Yo, Dare to Game, do you think there will be a Red Dead Redemption 3? And if so, who do you reckon will be the main protagonist and where will it be set? So, I've talked about this before. I think, yes, I think that there will be a Red Dead 3. Just because it's, you know, Rockstar doesn't have a ton of mainline properties, and GTA is obviously their most successful, but Red Dead is probably the next most successful. Hey, look, ghouls, my favorite. Kablam! So yes, I think there will be a Red Dead 3. Oh, great. But if they do it, it should not go forward. Whether they do or not, I don't know. I just think that would be really dumb. Because I'm pretty sure Mafia is Rockstar. I could be wrong, but I think it is. and GTA is already in current times. So I think going forward any further than Red Dead, like the first one did, would be stupid. So I think the best way to go and the most likely way to go is for them to follow precedent. So with the second game, with Red Dead 2, they made it a prequel. They went back in time because they knew that it's supposed to be a Wild West game. And if they go any further into the future, it's not even going to be set in the appropriate time period to be a Wild West game. I probably should have popped a stim pack before I went into this. Yeah, because Uncle Dave Zill says, I think Jack's wrapped up in the early days of the 20s. Yeah, and that's the thing. Who wants to play another contemporary aged game? I don't. The only reason I play, like, I like Red Dead as much as I do is because it's a Wild West game. It's set in an older time, and it's more fun because of that, you know. We've got enough games with people running around shooting each other with AKs. It's just not that interesting. And like I said, I feel like it just steps on Mafia's toes then. Because if you get any further into the future than where Jack's story wraps up at the end of Red Dead 1, then you're just in Mafia, you know. So, yeah, that's my takeaway. I think if they make a Red Dead 3, the best way for it to go is to go back even further in time. They can't really use the story of any of the people that were in Red Dead 2, so as much as it would be cool to play as a young Hosea, they really can't, and it wouldn't make any sense to, because we see his entire story. Ooh, I better save. We see his entire story, we know exactly how he dies. It's not exactly a tale of redemption, which if they're following their path, it will have to be. And so I think most likely it'll have to be some character that has never been introduced to us, but it would be hopefully someone from the founding of the game, of the gang. And I'm hoping that in that way they go back to like, oops, I better run. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Okay. In that way, I hope that they manage to like go back to like right after the Civil War, maybe. So way back in time, so it's actually a point of the Wild West. That way we could actually get the full experience of playing as criminals. Because in the first game, we're playing as, you know, John, who is going against his former gangmates, so he's almost on the side of law enforcement as opposed to the criminals. And then in the second one, we're on the run the entire time. You know, we have some small-scale robberies and gunfights and stuff like that. Oh, man, I thought I'd get him before I died. But, like, I think if they go back another 20 years or whatever, you know, go back into the 1870s, which is where I'd really like it to be set, then we could actually have a full-blown Wild West experience with a real gang of actual Wild West criminals doing all sorts of large-scale stuff. So, like I said, that's my hope. I better pop another stim pack while I'm back here, because that didn't work before. Ooh boy, it does not take much damage from that. I'm getting a little better at killing the people that I'm killing. What do you think the chance of Dutch being the main protagonist there game? I don't. Like, I shouldn't say it's not possible, because it is possible. But it wouldn't be in line with the Red Dead Redemption, like, what do you call it? The model that they've established. Because we know that Dutch isn't redeemed. Like, we know exactly how he dies. We know that it's directly because of his actions and the way that he did things that most of the people in the gang die. Can I shoot through this? No, I cannot. I can see through it. Okay. So I don't think it'll ever be Dutch. Not unless they ditch the whole redemption theme. Because he can't be redeemed. We know his story. So, yeah, like Dave Zill is saying, I don't think it would... I guess that's fair. If they wanted to do Dutch, like, real bad, they would have to put it between the time of, like, the end of Red Dead 2 and the, like, where Dutch dies in Red Dead 1. Kelly Yardley says maybe Mac or Davey, do you reckon? I think it's possible. I think Mac or Davey makes more sense. Like I said, we also know how they die, and it's presumable that they weren't redeemed up until the end, but we don't know enough details about them for me to discount it entirely. I think it's totally possible that it could be one of them. You know, because they are still pretty unknown to us. Stop throwing Molotovs at me. Better quick save. I should also level up. Alright, where's that one that helps me... There it is. I don't have enough stim packs. This is an important early game one. What do you think of Black Belle being the next protagonist? They did spend a lot of attention on her and her story, and out of all the gunslingers that you come across, she's the only one that you don't have to kill, because she's the only one that acts in a somewhat reasonable way to someone just asking some questions, and clearly not there to fight or arrest them. It could be interesting. I wish there was just more story to Arthur's wife and kid, don't you? Yeah, I mean, I think it's entirely possible that they do intend to do a full-fledged game that goes even further back into the past, and it would make sense that that would be more fleshed out, at least from the side. I'm on fire! So if they do go back in time to some other one, then I feel like we'd see a lot of the, you know, stuff that happens that gets mentioned, because that's what Red Dead 2 did. It covered quite a bit of things that were hinted at. Oh boy, they're all over the place just shooting at me. Wish I had a better gun. Hey, that guy had a submachine gun. Let me check it out. Inventory. Weapons. Submachine gun. Yeah, look at that. Alright, we're gonna pop that in here. Ow! I saw someone say they would love a Landon Ricketts. That's Mordred. Landon Ricketts would be cool to play as a young Landon Ricketts. And we know a limited amount about him too, so I feel like it's possible. Well, it's a good thing I switched guns, because we are totally almost out of ammo for this one. Man, you sure don't And I'm out of ammo. Whoa, that one's jerky. Yeah, I should have known that it was, I was gonna just keep running out of ammo. Uncle Dave Zill says Arthur's my hero. I think Arthur, you almost made me say uncle. I think Arthur was a really well done protagonist, and they did such a great job. I was worried going into Red Dead 2 that I wasn't going to be able to connect to Arthur as much as I did to John from the first game, but then I get in, and he was better in almost every way. Arthur's character was just really, really easy to get connected to. But yeah, so I think if they do, I think it has to go back in time, and they need to make, you know, I think it would be best to make it some character that we don't know a ton about. So not Hosea, not Dutch, not Uncle. Because as far as we know, Uncle just dies of old age sometime in the 20s. Uncle Dave still says, "Who's John?" Well, you know, you only play for a little while, and then you know, it's easy to get that way, especially considering I spent a lot more time playing Red Dead 2. Like, I played not total hours, but in each story, because I was able to meander through at a much more gentle pace. They don't seem to know I'm here. This might be the first time I've used a submachine gun in a long time. Hey, look at that. Second try.
Sweet.
Good. What is he saying? I think they might know where I am now. So Jack in Red Dead 1 epilogue, then John in the main story, then John in the epilogue, and Arthur in the main story. Don't you reckon that Arthur will be the main protagonist for Red Dead 3 epilogue? Possibly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they follow the same model that they've set forth in the first two games, then we'll play as someone else for the majority of Red Dead 3's, like, story, and then the epilogue should be, hypothetically, should be Arthur. Now, of course, they don't need to do that, and since it's only two games, technically that doesn't set an actual pattern, because just following most rules of averages, you need at least 3. But I would guess that that's the plan, or at least that's the best plan they could go with. So like I said, I would like to see one where it's maybe even before the Van der Linde gang is formally formed. There we go. Oh no! Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'd like it to be set in the 1870s. That's a lot of talk about Red Dead for a Fallout 4 stream. I mean, I don't mind because I love Red Dead, but still is a lot. Well, you know what? I'm thinking... Kelly Yardley says, what do you think about Red Dead being... or about Red Harlow being Uncle? I don't think he is. For one thing, Rockstar has said that he's not. And for another thing, the characters are just so different, you know? I just don't think it's plausible. And there I died. I don't think I'm going to be doing much looting during the stream. I spent so much time just to die. I don't ever remember dying this much. It's probably because I set the difficulty too high when I spawned back in. Because I used to play on like Legendary all the time just to maximize the amount of equipment I got. And so that's probably what's getting me. Did I go to... Oh, I went down a different way. That way is probably more dangerous. I'm not going to go down that way. Whew. Let me quick save. Ooh. Well, on the bright side, this gun is pretty good for VATS, because if I do, like, I do one shot to the head, it gives him a burst, which seems to take less action points. Mordred, yeah, I kind of agree. I think that, I think the Vandalin gang is decently played out, so I would not mind a totally different group of people or whatever to focus on for Red Dead 3. I think that would probably bother some people, I'm sure, but I'd be down for that because there's a lot of stories you can tell in the Old West. All right, we're just gonna take ammo, and we'll take a grenade, but like we'll take ammo and medicine. That's the other word I was looking for. That way we don't get weighted down. Arthur's dad. Do we know anything about Arthur's dad? Ouch. Where did I just get shot from? Ouch! See, there we go. Well, I assume he died, but I don't know if we know any more than that about him. I feel like possibly... God, that's annoying. How did I not hit that guy? There we go. Woo! Quick save. I see you've done more progress. Well, we're trying. We're, like I said, Microcat, at the beginning of the stream, all I did between the last stream, exactly where we ended, and the beginning of this stream, was, I downloaded the Scrap Anything mod and cleaned up both the Sanctuary Hills settlement more and the Red Rocket Truck Stop more. That's all I did between the last stream and this stream. So we've leveled up once already on this stream, and so therefore are doing a little bit better. Okay. But I have to be real careful because I've already died twice, I think. Ow. I forgot how much I hated Corvega Assembly Plant when I was a low level. There's a mod that I played with. Thanks, Dave Zill, for reminding me to quick save. There's a mod that I played with the last time I played through on this, and I was just screwing around in it. It's an Iron Man suit mod that is pretty awesome. And I saw it when I was downloading this because it was still in my favorites, so I was like, ooh. Yeah, Microcat, I know that I typically don't use it much, but here's the problem. I don't have a whole lot of other ammo for the other guns I have. I mean, I guess I could pop on a pipe gun, because I think I have a couple in my inventory. All right, let's just see which one of these does the highest damage. 14, 13, 10, 37. That one's probably the best way to go because it'll help us. Ooh, and a tactical light hunting rifle. Here, we'll use the tactical heavy pipe bolt action pistol because I feel like I have a decent amount of 38. All right, let's do this. We're gonna quick save. I know that the 45 ammo is decently expensive, but oh yeah, frickin' bolt action pipe pistols. Pink. Wait, is that using 30? I think that's using 308 ammo because it is a bolt action. I can't tell. The size of the shell was not very realistic looking. All right. Maybe if I back up, more of them will come up to me so I don't just get wiped. Well, I didn't hit him any of those times. Ah! I hate the bolt action. You visit a certain vault in the story, find tons of Tommy gun ammo. Who is that? That shell looked like something that goes into the Car 98K. Yeah, Cap. You raider scum. Crispy squirrel bits. Don't mind if I do. I think I'm going to switch over to the, a different pipe weapon, because that... What is this one? Yeah, it uses 308 ammo anyway. So I'd be better off going with that one. At least it'll be more accurate. But I'm going to... Short automatic pipe rifle. I'm going to go to that one. So that way, there we go. Molotov pistol. Oh boy. There must be... I think I have a grenade. Dare to game. Have you heard of the game called For Honor? I have, yes. I've never actually played it, but I watched like some videos of it once. I find sword-based PvP games, even though I've always really thought the idea was good, are not very good. Just in my experience. The combat gets really cheesy, basically. Ah. That minigun is, dangerous. On the right side, should have some ammo. 5.56 round. Oh yeah, that's right. Gristle's terminal. Gristle. Wait, I killed him. He was in Concord. Took down another caravan today. Hell yeah, that makes 3 in 1 month. To top it off, Freddy came by with good news. That's another caravan is headed our way. Says he spotted some guards, but it's mostly civilians. They even got an old broad dressed like a fortune teller and some joker in a cowboy hat. Gonna ask Jared for more men to take this caravan down. Okay, so that would be who we caught there. That's fair. Alright, so, yeah, that makes sense. That's funny. A lot of times I play through and I don't even read the terminals. Like, I always read them in my first playthrough, which makes my first playthrough take a lot longer. But after that, I usually just start skipping through them. Ooh. I love how the door was locked, and it was like a heavy security door, but then you get inside, and this chest is locked. Ooh, good question, Kelly Yardley. My initial response... Okay, so, when he started coughing and stuff... Before he ever gets, like, diagnosed, because he, like, has a slight cough and everything, I was getting worried in the first playthrough. I was like, oh, crap. I bet you when he was beating up that guy, he got something, because he was sick. And, you know, I didn't know exactly what it was, but tuberculosis was among my guesses, since the setting is the Old West. But, it was still decently shocking when the doctor told him, because you could tell the way they were framing it was telling you flat out as the player, you are going to die. This character's dying. There's nothing you can do about it. So then in my head, all I was hoping for is that we were going to go to Mexico or something, because like dry, arid climate can help slow down the speed at which tuberculosis kills you, because I think it's a bacterial infection in your lungs that like degrades your lungs and you slowly cough them up until you have no lungs left, or at least not enough to breathe, and then you choke on your own blood and die. That's how tuberculosis kills you. So I was hoping that it was going to lead us away, but then as the game unfolded, I could see that that was not going to happen. And yeah, so it was definitely an impactful thing. But they did it really well, and the story plays through, and it can make you feel some emotions if you have any. Alright. Tired Game, have you ever played any of the Assassin's Creed games? If you have, which one is your favorite? Yes, I've played every single Assassin's Creed game from the very first one all the way up through Assassin's Creed Origins, which was the last one I played. My favorite one is by far Black Flag. It's not even close. Like, I like a lot of them. The Ezio ones are very, very good, in my opinion, and remain classics. And I didn't hate Origins. I mean, it's not my favorite style of gameplay, but it was decently entertaining and the story was good enough. But, yeah, no, Black Flag is by far my favorite. Please take a minute to light the stream. Yeah, PUBG Pro Bros Fortnite Select is correct. Where am I being shot at from? Whatever it was doing a ton of damage. I'm guessing it's like a boss character or something. Well, I hit him again. Rogue... See, the problem with Rogue for me is, like, when they released it, I want to say Black Flag was the first one to show up on PS4. And, which is one of the main reasons why I picked it up right away, because when I bought the PS4, it was, like, brand new. And, there weren't a ton of games out for it, so I picked up every one I could get at my local Walmart. And, Black Flag was one of them, and so I played the crap out of it, and I freaking loved it. There, I finally got that guy dead before he killed me. Can I jump through this window? How am I supposed to get in there? I suppose I gotta go around. Oh, never mind, I can go through that hole. Hey, look, he had a submachine gun. No wonder he was doing so much damage. It's a good thing I've got a fully automatic weapon, because it makes the whole spray and trail thing work a lot better. Oh yeah, but so I never played Rogue like when it was new, so I just recently played it on PC, and I liked it, but it was not as good as Black Flag. I feel like a lot of it came down to just the characters. Black Flag had excellent characters, all the way from the main character to every single one of the side characters, and Rogue didn't have that. Dared Game, when you saw Micah on the mountain the first time, what was your reaction / feelings and thoughts? You mean like when you're down slightly before he beats you to death? Or at the end, when you're going after him as, like, Sadie and John. Because it was great to go after him. It would have been better if I could have killed him as Arthur. That's one of the things that bugs me, is Arthur's death at the hands of Micah there is scripted. So no matter how well you do in the fight, you still die there. Like, in my first playthrough, I was honorable. So at least the death wasn't that bad. But no, it's a harsh reaction. Like I said, it's definitely something that makes you feel for the character because you really connect to Arthur throughout the game. Going in with John, yeah. No, it was definitely an impactful way to basically end Arthur's story. I'm glad that John and... what's her name? I already forgot it. Sadie were able to basically avenge Arthur. I'm glad that happened. But I do have a different opinion about the rest of the prologue. I've always thought that the prologue was very, very annoying because you had to sit there and listen to Abigail, which was super annoying. She's like the stereotypical naggy wife character, which was just terrible. Couldn't they have made her a little bit more sympathetic? Oh, I hated how she was in that. I mean, it's not... They kept with her character, because her character's kind of always been like that. In the first game, she was like that, and she was like that throughout the whole... the whole second game too, whenever you interact with her. But it's annoying. But yeah. I should pick up, I feel like TV dinner trees. Fun fact, Roger Clark accidentally spoils. Spoils what? Lots of things? Yeah, Estonian gamer, I figured you meant Rogue. It does have better graphics, I think, than Black Flag, but if you're playing them on PC, you can really make them look really good either way. So, okay, I remember there's a turret in here. I feel like some other stuff. I'm going to activate, or at least try to activate the automatic defenses, get the robots on my side. Alright. Do we see any more? There's one. Here's one. Oh, it doesn't go past lines. That sucks. Where's more? A lot of right-sided things. I mean, how many do we have left? 1, 2, 3? Oh, I can just guess now. It's not final. Oh, here's one. Tries reset. Oh, there we go.
Got it.
Alright, Protectron control. And we're gonna activate units. So they should take care of the bandits for us. Presumably. Unless they just attack us. On a quick save. Dare to game, I watched your recent vid on the Springfield rifle customization. What is your fascination with the gun? Personally, I find it poo-poo. I mean, for one thing, I'm just doing a customization video for each of the weapons in the game. And I'm, like, rotating through them. But I like the Springfield rifle. I use it quite a bit. I use it for roleplay reasons. So recently, what me and a bunch of the other people that have joined us when we stream have been doing is we tried reenacting a Civil War battle, and it's the best weapon for that. So I like it for that reason, but also it's my favorite hunting rifle. Because the bolt action, I just do not like the bolt action rifle for hunting. So I like it as a rifle. It's a good rifle. It does a lot of damage, decently accurate. And it has a constant stream, so when you're using the bolt action rifle, yeah, you get more shots before you reload, but then it takes longer to reload. So it's, oops, that's not the... Oh, I already have my weapon out. AC Valhalla is really repetitive, though. See, that's the thing, is I never got around to playing... Oh, good, my Protectron's still active. I never got around to playing Valhalla. I thought it looked interesting, but I didn't like a couple things about Origins. So, like, I love open-world action-adventure games and RPGs and stuff. So it's not that I didn't like Origins because it switched the Assassin's Creed formula. I didn't like it because it went to the worst type of open-world game. Random loot open-world games are the worst. Leveled enemies, all that sort of stuff. I hated it. Like, that part of it. I was able to put up with it for Origins, but then when they did that with, what was the Greek one? Odyssey, I just wasn't interested, so I didn't play it. And then Valhalla just looked like more of the same, so I just didn't play Valhalla either. Oh, good, he's shooting at me. Alrighty. What was that? Fun fact, Roger Clark accidentally spoiled the end for the Red Dead Redemption 2 for a fan. Whether a fan came up to ask him with a map to sign, he asked where he wanted it signed, and as an example, he said, Where I Die, Part 1. And then he felt really bad for the fan because he wasn't at that point in the game yet. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious that he did that. To be fair, whenever I've watched Roger Clark, like, doing interviews or talking or whatever, he doesn't seem to be a very intelligent person. And I don't say that, like, in a mean way, or at least I'm not trying to be mean. But, so it's not surprising that he would do that. He just doesn't seem like he's got a super firm grasp on the way that he should be speaking. Alright. Grognak the Barbarian. Bomb diggity. Better pop another stim pack. I probably could have slept, huh? I'll take those things. Spike armor. AFK farming in Minecraft and watching stream while doing math equals perfection. Oh, are there people still in here? Kind of thought, oh, there are people down there. Well, on the bright side, I took care of those stupid turrets. Where is he? There they are. I better go kill him. I'll go back and open Jared's terminal after I do this.
Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell yes. That's like point blank. I love, at that range, when it makes you miss, it's so aggravating. Alright. Now I think they're dead. It doesn't make sense because sometimes the enemies are like level 107 and just have mail on them. Yeah, no, like I said, leveled enemies is stupid. It's a lazy way to make games, like, force you to do things in the order that they want, otherwise they don't make sense. It's a bad system. Whenever you see a game using leveled enemies in that way, in the way that the new Assassin's Creed games do, and also having random loot so you can't go to a location to find a thing, wow, does it look like the font all got way bigger than it was before? Alright, spotlight control. Oh, I could have just ran in here and turned it off. Deactivate lights. God, I won't have to listen to that stupid spotlight sound. Turret control. We're going to go ahead and deactivate the turrets. Okay. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a bad way to make games, and that's what I don't like about those new games. In fact, it's what I don't like about a lot of new games. So I hope that it goes out of style. Dare to game, what is your favorite out of all the Red Dead revolvers? And if you respond, do you mind stating your reasons? My favorite out of the Red Dead revolvers. You mean the revolvers in Red Dead? In online, the Navy revolver. By far, it's my favorite. It's the most accurate, has the best range. It has a really slow reload speed, and I think maybe the second or third slowest fire rate overall. But it's such a good gun. I've gotten way more kills with it than any other gun, and I play the game a lot, obviously. And as anybody who watches my streams would know, I swap between my guns regularly so that I'm always decently good with all of them. But by far the Navy revolver. After that, Lamat revolver, and then... Or, no, after that, I think Schofield and then Lamat. I like the Lamat revolver. It has more ammo, it's got a decent fire rate, it's got really high damage, but it's less accurate, has lower range than the Navy revolver, and it has a really long reload time because you're loading extra cylinders. So I like the Lamat. It's probably my second or third. It's hard for me to say because I really like the Schofield too. In the story, since the Navy revolver doesn't exist in single player, it's either the Lamat or the Schofield. Yeah, I like the shotgun mode, but we have double barrel sawed-off shotguns in the game. So, like, there's not a ton of reason to use the Lamat for the shotguns because the sawed-off shotguns are better. They deal more damage, have better range, hold 2 shots each, and reload quicker, like per shot, than the Lamat does. So, like I said, there's not much of a reason to focus specifically on the Lamat just to use the shotguns. I always forget that, yeah, early game like this, you only have a surplus of ammo for the pipe weapons, because that's what everyone's using. Watched your live stream last week, and I'm back watching after work. I checked out your settlement builds. Oh, did ya? Did you like them? I feel like I'm gonna die. In the way of the pistol of the murder in your Valentine. Oh, that's right. Can you get Lowry's revolver in single player in Red Dead? Because I didn't have it for a long time because I hadn't played GTA Online for a long time. But then earlier this year I played it a bit again. And of course the first thing I did was all of the Red Dead tie-ins. Yeah. Cool, cool. I'll have to check that out in the story. Because if it's possible now, I'm definitely going to get it for single player. Because that's a perfect weapon for Arthur. That's not much damage for several shots to the bald skull. Pipe weapons suck! There we go. Yep. Silver fork, don't mind if I do. Wounded her. Oh, I must be overweight. Small magazine. I'm gonna have to customize this bad boy when I get back to the settlement. Holy crappers. Do you have a Big Jim pipe wrench, and do you plan on getting it? I don't have it yet, but I'll get it. I'll probably go around and collect all of the legendary weapons that I can remember where they are at some point. I gotta do something. I gotta, like, drop some stuff. Well, wait, I won't drop it. I will try to quickly find a storage thing in which I can place some of this stuff, so I can come back at a later date and come and get it. Do you have the... Oh, I already did that one. There we go. Use them in my game. Yeah, like I said, I don't typically like using the pipe rifles a lot, but early game like this, well, since I'm already overloaded, I might as well grab all of the stuff off these couple people that I'm killing so I can put it in a storage container. Yeah, I don't typically use the pipe weapons a lot, but early in the game like this, it's the only type of ammo that you actually have a lot of, so it makes sense to use it. Played like 70 hours of KCD this week. I am holding off on KCD for a little while. Basically, my plan is that partway through February is a special event. I'm not going to tell you the day right now. When we get closer, I'll tell you it. But I'll be playing it at some point in February. I plan to stream it on hardcore mode. Alright, I don't need a mine on me right now. Probably don't need... Pipe rifle is 38. What am I using right now? Oh, well, let's switch that over then. Sledgehammer. I don't need 2 of these submachine guns on me. We'll put over a whole bunch of these things. Baseball bat. Glow-sighted. That's the heavy pipe rifle? Okay. Now we'll put away as much of this stuff as we can. And we'll just have to remember. It's funny, because I do stuff like this, and then I forget about it, and then, like, way later in the playthrough I'll come across, I'll be like, whoa, this container has way more stuff in it than one would think it would. Alright. But yeah, so I will be streaming some Kingdom Come Deliverance in February, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. Dare to Game, what is your whole analysis and thoughts on Dutch as a leader and a father figure and a person? I think he is pretty bad at all of those things. I think he's always been super full of himself, and most of the gang members just don't realize it until it gets to the point that it's actually getting them all killed, i.e. when the whole gang breaks up in Red Dead 2. I think all of those character flaws are likely to have been with him the entire time he was a leader. It's just that they were successful, almost certainly due to the like competence. Oh, it's single shot. That's why it does higher damage. That's okay. I'll be able to actually hit more of my shots. So I don't think he was ever a good leader. That's what people are, like, the question between, was he always like this, or did he have a mental snap? I think he was always like that. I seem to remember there being a bobblehead on top of one of these dome thingies. I think it's that blue one over there. So we'll have to try getting up there. But no, and I especially think that he's a bad father figure. As a father myself, I would never do or teach people the things that he taught Arthur and John, or tried to teach them. Definitely a bad way to go. When do you stream? I didn't hear it. Oh, like I said, for my stream for Kingdom Come, it's in February. I haven't announced the time yet. I have it planned, but it's more of a surprise. So I will I'll probably announce it in the streams leading up to it, in like that week. Mentats. There we go. But yeah, it'll be fun. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a hardcore stream, so it'll be a lot of fun. I think since Hosea died that he started getting worse because Hosea isn't there to keep him. No, yeah, I agree that Hosea was a check on him, just as, to a certain extent, Arthur was. But I think he probably respected Hosea more because they've known each other so long. And Hosea was old enough that he had been calling Dutch on his BS for quite some time. So yeah, I think it definitely sped up after Hosea died. I just think he was always a bad guy. I don't think Dutch was a good guy at any point in his life. Because remember, the game starts with them having to flee because Dutch murdered a woman in cold blood. And that's what started the Blackwater Massacre, was Dutch's rash actions like that. It started with a murder. So whatever his motives for the murder were, or, you know, how it all spiraled out from there, it started with the fact that he did that. That wasn't something that happened incidentally, you know what I'm saying? So, no, I think Dutch has always been a bad guy. Well, believing Micah was right is definitely a red flag. Because Micah joins the gang, is there for a couple months, and he already starts having him up in such a high esteem position because he was bad as well. They were both bad guys. It's just that Micah didn't hide it like Dutch did. We're getting lots of drugs. I guarantee we're going to have the stuff that we need for Mama Murphy when we get back. Ooh, I can turn off the stupid spotlights. Alright, spotlight control. Deactivate lights. Alright. Because, yeah, near the end of the game where, like, especially like, up on the mountain where Arthur ends up dying. Spoiler alert, I guess. When Micah's literally killing him, and Dutch always claimed that Arthur was like a son to him and everything, and he just turns his back on him again, leaves him there to die, or, you know, watches Micah kill him, depending which ending you get. It definitely makes you realize his character, at least in my opinion it did. Hey, Raider. There we go. Dare to Game. One character we never knew what happened to was Karen Jones. What do you think happened? I thought we did know what happened. I thought she left when, at the same time as Pearson. Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I was hoping it would do. Well, I died. Yep, PUBG, that was my plan, was to get the bobblehead. I knew there was a bobblehead up here. So I wanted to pick it up. I feel like I didn't save for a while, though, so I'm going to regret that. I know that... Oh, man, I'm way back here. Well, I'm not going to switch over to the single shot this time.
Need some cover fire over here.
Because, yes, it did more damage, and yes, was more accurate, but that's a grenade! Don't like it. Am I going to die again already? And I died. Nice. That's base level nonsense. Hosea always made him think. Well, Hosea challenged him. Micah was an idiot. Personally, for me, you should have the freedom to kill Micah early in the game. Change the way that the whole story plays out. There should be at least one opportunity. Like, maybe just leave him in jail or something like that. But I think that would help with the replayability of the game. Because I know that the first thing I did when I decided on another playthrough for Red Dead after I finished it the first time was I was like, well, I gotta try to not get tuberculosis this time. So I tried not doing that mission or tried wearing a mask or doing all sorts of different stuff to try to stay out of that unpleasant fate. But of course, it's all scripted so you can't, which I get because it's a story-based game. But still, no bueno. It's not a lot of fun. Yep, so it was that submachine gun that put me over the edge. Yes, yes, yes. You're still shooting at me. See, that's why, Dave Zilla, you're supposed to remind... Hey, look, a guy. You're supposed to remind me to, quick save. If you'd reminded me again while we were up top, I wouldn't have to do this again. Mentats. I think Mentats were the one that Mama Murphy wanted. But let's do the old transfer our stuff again. Close I did that thing. We'll do the baseball bat. This. That, why not? 2 of these. That, and that. Alright. Yeah, like I said, we'll leave all this stuff here, and hopefully at some later date I'll come back and reclaim it. So I can bring it back and scrap it. Basically, I think that's probably all I'll end up doing with it. Or maybe sell it. Okay. Also, I want Pringles. I don't like Pringles. I've never been a fan of Pringles. So, I cannot empathize with you on that desire. I feel like I went this way last time. Oh wait, was there nothing up there? That's right. Why would I waste my time doing the same thing I did last time?
I think this asshole's using a stealth.
I'm using a stealth boy. You find a ton of armor. Yeah, in real life, that's the thing. Like I said, it's always a surprise because I'll be coming back here later, and I will come back here later because Corvega Assembly Plant is one of the best places to come for loot late in the game because you can get a lot of aluminum here. Eat that, buddy. Jet. There we go. Quick save. Ha ha ha. You think Bill's a good guy, bad guy, or blinded by loyalty? I think Bill's a stupid guy. He's never been intelligent, you know, and you kind of knew what he was going to be like because he's in the first game. But yeah, I think that he's probably not a terrible guy, but he's a follower, and followers look for someone to follow, and they're also like he's a loyal follower, so I guess you could call him better than some people in the game, but you know, he's certainly not a good guy. He's a bad guy, but he's a bad guy that just listens to other people and then does bad things. You know, he has the ability to think for himself and not do those bad things. So you can't just say he's just following orders. That's not a good excuse. But no, he's a follower, and he's not very sharp. You can see that every single time he says something or does something. He's kind of an idiot too. So the only good line he has is the one where he's talking to Arthur and he's like, "How come whenever I do something it's my fault, but whenever you do it it's just one of those things?" That's an excellent line, and it's so accurate because it plays into the protagonist syndrome, you know, where not only is it something that happens a lot in games where everything is seen through the lens of the main character doing it, so therefore bad things aren't as bad and good things are even better. The funny thing about that is a lot of people have that in real life. You know, that protagonist syndrome where they think the whole world revolves around them and everyone else is just a bit player in their story. It causes a lot of problems in society. But anyway, good question. My bad, I was dadding. Hey, that's fine. That's a million times more important than this stream. Not an Estonian-based opinion. Rotating Revolver says, sorry, I just joined. Are you talking about Bill Williamson? I was talking about Bill Williamson. I should probably have popped a health pack before I came up here. Ooh, crap. I'll kill him quick. Haha, got him. Sprayed a little bit. Lexi1397 says, heyo, what's up? And then I missed it. What'd you say? Heyo, what's up? Dare to game. I am on my break. Hello, Lexi. It's awesome that you joined on your break. I think he's talking about Micah. No, I was talking about Bill Williamson. Dare to game. What about Javier? In the end, when everybody picks their sides, Javier goes with Dutch, but not aims his gun at Arthur or John. So do you think he's good or bad? Again, he does choose a side there, and he chooses the side that is, you know, standing in opposition to the people that I would say are better. So, quote-unquote, the good guys. So, again, you are who you side with. That's one of the reasons why taking an action like that has consequences. But I think he's definitely not as dumb as Bill Williamson. Javier, for one thing, you go on several missions with him during the game, and he's one of the better companions to go on missions with. Definitely not Estonian Gamer says, I must go now. See ya. See ya, Estonian Gamer. Hopefully we'll see you later or maybe next time. But yeah, no, Javier is a different type of character than Bill. He's not just a dumb follower. He does think for himself, and he does have all of his stuff, and he chooses to go with Dutch. So you could even make the argument that he's even more evil. But like you said, he doesn't just immediately point his gun at the people that were once so much friends that they would consider each other family. So it's hard to say. I don't hate him, but then again, you know, we do meet up with him again in Red Dead 2, and he's more of a bad guy there. So, I mean, Red Dead 1, you know, the prequel sequel. Quick save. Already did. Get those likes up, people. Yeah, Lexi1397 has a point. Anyone on the stream that has not liked it yet, do so now. It helps me out a lot. Helps people find the stream and helps YouTube not just immediately shove it down into the forsaken corners of suggestion land where no men dared to dwell. Ooh, I got iguana on a stick. Alright, so I feel like... Thank you for your likes. Excellent. Alright, let's schmoobly dong our way out of here. Hopefully get all the way back to, well, since we're down here, we might as well quick save. That quick save is such a magical option that I really have to get more into the habit of clicking. I haven't played a game for a while that I actually needed to save as often as I have with this one. Oh good, goals. Well, I managed to kill the raider, or the pedestrian. And I think one of the ghouls. There we go. See what these guys have. Tin can. Baseball. Probably don't need either of those things. 38 round. That I'll take. 38 round. See? Look at that. 38 rounds. All over the dang place. Is that an ammo thing? It were. Alright. Stim pack. There we go. Am I the only one who does not trust autosaves in games? See, like, I never used to be one to rely on autosaves, but recently, as far as... Is that a person in that basketball hoop? That's brutal. Anyway, recently I've been playing... My brightness is either set really low or it's just the game. How about now that I'm not, like, in the shadows of those buildings? Sounds like a raider. Yeah, recently I've just not been playing games. So, like, Red Dead Online, I've been playing a lot recently. You don't save it all in there, because it's just an online game. And, like, before that I'd play Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I knew I had a pretty good balance of when to save in that game. You know, a lot of cans there. Ooh, I better stim pack it up. How do you get into this frickin' building? Hey, look, a person. Blamco brand mac and cheese. Alright. Brightness is... Okay. Okay, Lexi. That's what I was wondering, because that spot I was in was just dark. I was like, the brightness shouldn't be low. It looks nice on my stream. Am I being shot at from underneath? I am. Have to take some short bursts. Even though I have a decent amount of 38 ammo, I don't want to waste it all. And I'm at an angle where this thing can't actually hit me. And that one can now, though. I must have grabbed its attention from shooting it a bunch of times. And I died! Crispy fellas. That's fair. Dare to Game, what are your thoughts on Micah as a character from start to finish? I think they make it decently obvious way at the beginning that he's a bad guy. So, like, there's hints from the beginning that he is either going to be the antagonist or at least a antagonist for the game. And it's more obvious the more times you play the game. Like, you'll see little things here and there that he is a rat. I recently saw, I don't know if it was PvP Cat or someone made a video talking about the Red Dead story and, like, theorizing that Micah wasn't a rat. I disagree with that heavily. Because I think there's just too much, even if it's circumstantial evidence, there's too much evidence that each time something happens, it's him. Plus, just knowing his character and everything, it seems like he would sell out his friends and allies to get out of trouble himself. So, no, I think he's bad from start to finish. Josh Campbell says, honestly, Bill seems to be a bit smarter in Red Dead 1 until you attack Fort Mercer, then he goes looking for Javier. Yeah, I mean, they do seem to make him a little bit dumber in Red Dead 2, but my guess would be that's just because in Red Dead 1, by the time you are looking for him, he's like in charge of his own group. So he's leading in that one. And so he's more, I think maybe he's still dumb, but he's more independent. Whereas in the second one, he's just a stupid lackey. I should have known there was someone behind me. Zoinks, almost died there. I should take this, pop this. PUBG bros, you know what's going on. Ooh, Karina Smirnoff's popping in, says, hey everyone, how's the stream going? Well, so far it's good. Yeah, Bethesda games are like, so I'm not used to them just because I haven't been playing them a ton recently. But it's definitely, you should get in the habit of saving, because even if you're not early in the game like this and have super low health and bad weapons and bad armor or no armor, you could just be exploring a bunch and getting a whole bunch of stuff, unlocking stuff, leveling up, and then, you know, fall through the world and the game glitches out and you gotta reload, and then you just lost like a half an hour to an hour's worth of gameplay. So, yeah, definitely a good habit to get into that I'll have to basically train myself to do again. I'm also gonna need to either get a lot more stim packs or start finding beds and sleeping to heal. Chet and Mentats. Okay, we definitely have the drugs we need for Mama Murphy. Dingle, dingle, dingle. Ooh, 10mm. All right. I'll put a stim pack in. We're not going to explore Lexington too much more because I just don't have enough stim packs. I don't have enough ammo. Don't have good enough equipment. So yeah, let's just get back and finish this mission. Uncle Dave Zilla, I agree. Micah is absolutely the rat. Plus, I just hate his character, too. He's a big talker, boasts, threatens, does all that sort of stuff, rarely backs it up, walks in and immediately thinks he can take control of the gang, even though they've been pretty much very well established for quite some time. Not a character you're supposed to like. I need to eat some stuff, because I do not need to keep taking... Alright. I just need to find something... Okay, crispy squirrel bits we can eat. I just don't want to eat anything with rads. I save that for the villagers. Iguana on a stick. That should be enough. Loveface XYZ online strips without clothing has a bunch of emojis in the chat. So everyone, you know, there's that. Panther says, "'Tis I." Micah Bell is probably the only video game character I actually really hate. Yeah, I don't much care for him either. He's a pretty bad character. But like I said, that's obviously intentional. Alright, Lexi has to go back to work. See you later, Lexi. Getting a lot of spam from the sex bot in the chat. That's nice. So, my only advice to everyone in the chat is certainly do not click on any links that bot is posting. Unless you're fine with getting, viruses on your computer and probably having your identity stolen. All right. PUBG Pro Bro says, Panther, you here? He's here. Panther says, yes, I am. And Uncle Dave Zell says, ooh, sexy boys incoming. Oh, yeah, big time. Gotta have all the correct bots in the chat. And Panther also hates the NCR, so that's fair. You could cook up a load of food instead of stims. It's what I do. Yeah, no, I will. Probably when I return to my... Because after I go here to talk to the people, I'll have to go back and talk to Preston again and give Mama Murphy her drugs, and so I'll stop and I'll cook everything that I can. Because, yeah, it is early game especially, when you don't have tons of stims, you gotta eat. Schlecht says based opinion. I don't know. Not out of anything. Just because it's funny. I'll be back for no stream, lol. Oh, that's funny. I was like, Panther, you confused the hell out of me. I was like, what does it mean, not anything personal? Did he say something? All right, let's talk to our settler here. Yeah, so Lexi says she'll be back for Noah's stream. So everyone bear in mind that starting at, I believe, 2 p.m. Central Time, we will be streaming again over on Twitch, and we'll be streaming probably 7 Days to Die, like we've been doing for a while here. So after this stream, even though we're not done yet, don't worry, I'm not ending it. We've only been going for a little over an hour. I'll probably go at least 2 hours before I quit. Maybe even 3. We'll have to see. But yeah, so definitely make sure to join us next time. If you haven't already, the easiest way to make sure you don't miss that is to just pop onto your Twitch account and subscribe to Noah's account, and that's mindpanzer, MIND_PANZER at twitch.tv. But yeah, so as far as Rain's Fall goes, I like the story arc. I think it's pretty well done. Ooh, traders.
The only way you get old in this
Let's
job,
see if we can,
assume everyone's
there he
out to
is.
kill you.
Lucas Miller. I'm assuming I won't be able to afford anything he has, but I can sell him some
Got a
stuff.
few minutes to browse.
Don't cheap out on armor. That's a good way to get yourself killed.
Quiet down, guy. Ooh, yeah, that's right. He has legendary stuff. All right, let's see what we could sell. I don't ever use mines. I didn't really pick up a whole lot of stuff from here. Man, I didn't have... I sell... That's funny. Oh, wait, we could sell... Cancel. Let's sell pre-war money. Should get us a decent amount of... Can I sell that? Did I see it anywhere? Pre-war money. There we go. Yeah, I was going to say, that's one of the best things. You should never scrap or leave behind pre-war money, because it weighs almost nothing and it trades for a decent amount of caps. So let's accept that. Alrighty. What was the demonic wasteland creature? This thing here? That is a Brahmin. It's carrying a whole bunch of stuff. It's a two-headed cow. Panther, have you never played Fallout 4?
Too many miles on the road.
I'm going to clean up the settlement a little bit. See, we got scrap anything in. Look how much more stuff we can scrap. Ah, this big pile of leaves doesn't appear to be scrappable, so that's annoying. But we can get rid of a lot of this brush if we get the right angle on it. There we go. Alright. Hey look, the sex bot's back. Are you telling me these guys have a dangerous wasteland bug in their little foundation here and they've never killed it even though they live here? That's crazy. Yeah, PUBG, I see. Unfortunately, none of my moderators are active right now, so I don't have anyone to ban them. And I certainly cannot be bothered. Come on, guys, kill those bugs for me so I don't have to take the time to do it. Yeah, come on, settlers, you can do it. You all have guns and ammo. And you clearly weren't going to clear up your crappy settlement, so I have to. Get rid of all their little rock walls for them. I know, whatever they're going to do for defense without these walls. Give me a wrench. Nice. From everybody I know who's played Fallout games, they've all said 4 is the best. It depends who you ask. So, I've played most of the Fallout games, well, released for a while. Well, I played a lot of Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. And I've played a little bit of Fallout Tactics, I think is what it was called. So so my experience is mostly just Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and Fallout New Vegas. Out of them, I would say that Fallout New Vegas possibly has the best story and the best dialogue system. Like, it's decently entertaining all the time. It's never just a kind of a boring, skip it sort of thing, you know. And you can actually feel like you make your character exactly what you want it to be like, not just kind of what you want it to be like. So New Vegas is great for a lot of that stuff, but the gameplay is not as good as Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 in my opinion, just combat and interaction-wise. As far as Fallout 4 goes, its strength is definitely the creativity. So I love being able to build and customize all sorts of stuff, and that's something that Fallout 4 does really well. So it depends who you ask. Most of the people I know who are longtime Fallout fans will say that Fallout 4 is the worst one, or at least the worst recent one. My only contact with Fallout was Fallout Shelter game. Is that the mobile game? Because I played that one for like 2 seconds when this one first came out, and I was like, I'm not playing this one. There's a very high replayability factor to Fallout 4. New Vegas is probably the best overall. Fallout 3 was epic for the theme and feel. Well, Fallout 3 was a lot of fun when I played it back in the day. Because that was pre-Skyrim. And so, the Bethesda model didn't really feel as dated as it kind of did by Fallout 4. So I liked Fallout 3. It was a fun game and had a lot of redeeming qualities about it. Plus, I love the Brotherhood of Steel, and they play a bigger role in that one. I mean, they play a big role in Fallout 4 too, but you know, we should. That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a big prefab, but I don't want it to be floating. That's the only thing about clearing settlements like this is it makes everything so it's more open. That's pretty close to not floating. Now let's build some stairs for it. Can I not snap to this one? What the heck? Well, I'll have to leave that one alone. Now we'll build a door. If I can remember how to do that. Doors, there we go. Give her a plain old red door. Can I put one here? I cannot. Then I'm going to do a wall there, because I don't like having that opening. Let's go to wood walls. Wood walls. There should be a half wall that we can pop in there. It's been a while since I built in this game, so I gotta... There we go, shack wall. Right, that one doesn't snap in. Do any of these snap in? Or do I just kind of fit them? I don't want to push that far back. It doesn't really block anything if I do that. Oh, that's good enough. He already did a Navy vid. Kind of like Skyrim, too busy with the side quest to finish the main one. Well, I mean, like, I like Skyrim. It doesn't have nearly the best writing in the Elder Scrolls series. Like, they get progressively worse, in my opinion, which is why I'm hoping that for future games, like Elder Scrolls 6, and I didn't want to do that, and Starfield even, I hope that they spend a lot more time actually making the dialogue and the stories of each individual thing very good. There we go. There, we've helped. Look at that. They've got a nice house. They had this little shack before. Now they got a big old house with an extra bed in it, and I got rid of a bunch of their junk. They should be very happy. You need to remove the other wall, first place it, and then place it back. That's okay. I like it how it is. It's a decent little... Like I said, it's a great improvement over what they had previously. Let me check these storage things, see if I put any ammo in there. Transfer... Aid. Well, we could probably take all this aid and all these potatoes. And we'll leave for them a bunch of the pre-made pre-war food. So we'll give them the Dandy Boy apples, fancy laid snack crap, gumdrops. Give them the Nuka cherry. sugar bombs they can have. Okay, there you guys go. Enjoy. Have fun. I'm going back to Sanctuary Hills. Now burn the shack to the ground. That's funny. If I did that, I'd have to move their beds. Because I could, now that I have the scrap anything, I could take that whole shack down. But I'll leave it for him. I'm sure eventually I'm going to set up a beacon there, and then there's going to be... Let me quick save. Then there's probably going to be lots of settlers, so the building will be good. On the bright side, I'm going to have plenty of meat and stuff to cook up into food when I get back. Ah, Alpha. You're dangerous. Wasn't letting me shoot for a little bit there. Yikes. Ah. Let me get up onto this tree. Okay. We're safe. I feel like... I don't like how they go super far away, so it makes it hard to kill them. Wasn't I already in here at one point? Shouldn't they have attacked me then? Anyway, New Vegas is the best, says Jam. I definitely like New Vegas. It's a solid game. I think it's more replayable than probably... this one does have more sandbox freedom than that one. I don't know. Yeah, Estonian gamer, I agree. That's the thing that's kind of annoying about like early game RPGs like this, where you shoot something in the head multiple times, and for some reason that thing doesn't die when you've shot it in the head multiple times with bullets. It should, physically, it should destroy their head. There should be no surviving that. Oh crap, there's a bunch of raiders here. I want to kind of schmoove around them. Let's see if I can get close enough to discover it without getting too close. Come on, pop. Pop! There, it popped, but they discovered me. I gotta run away, because I don't want to get killed. Anyway, yeah, like I said, the bullets cause physical damage, and we know... Ow! That was not great. On the bright side, it's dead now. Apparently that mole rat was explosive, so that's fun. I personally think Fallout 3 was the best. Like I said, Fallout 3, there's a lot of arguments to be made for Fallout 3 being significantly better than Fallout 4. Fallout 4 obviously is better technically speaking, and like looks better and stuff, but I think... ooh, power armor. It looks like decent power armor too. I'll have to pop in and take that. What do we got? It's just T45. Can I have that guy's helmet? Alright, let's check in here. Red steak dough, come back here. Wow, this thing has a lot of recoil. Getting a lot of hub flowers while I'm out here, so that's good. Did that suit have a power core in it? Do I have a power core? Oh, I managed to take that rad steak dough down. That one we already looted. Alright, let's check and see if I have a power core, because if I do... Look at that, I do. Oh yeah, that's right, I took it out of the last one. I like to take the suits of power armor home with me. For obvious reasons. Alright. The core is almost dead though, so that's right, we gotta hurry up then. Because I remember this core did not have a lot of life when we pulled it out of the, Ooh, here's the junkyard. Alright, we'll have to come back here later. I feel like there's a decently dangerous robot in there, so I don't want to go into combat with it right now. I want to just get back to Sanctuary Hills. Full auto hunting like Ted Nugent. Just like Ted Nugent intended. I like talking about Ted Nugent like he's one of the founding fathers. Stop, wait. Oh, fast travel. Ah! Why do I always forget about fast travel? That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. Watching this makes me want to play Fallout 4 again. See, that's what happened last time. A bunch of people were like, I haven't played this for a while. Don't worry, Microcat. I'll go to the junkyard. I just want to go, drop off my stuff, turn in these couple completed quests, you know. Then I'll go back to the I'll go back to the junkyard, and I'll go back to the satellite station next, and I'll clear them. Don't worry, Microcat. I see. It's awesome if the robot is deactivated or friendly. Oh, Trelawney is a character. I find Trelawney to be a decently interesting enigma. Alright, let's leave this power armor right here. How do we get out? Holding this button, I think. So now we have two suits well, two mostly suits of T-45. This one's missing a leg, I think, yeah. And a helmet, apparently. But that's okay. Let's talk to this guy.
Yeah?
Come on, Gravy.
You know that settlement you sent me to help? They've decided to join the Minutemen.
That's great news. I knew you were the right person for the job. By the way, you should have one of these flare guns. You can use it to signal for help from any nearby Minutemen.
I've never once used the flare gun.
Once we have more allied settlements, you'll have help. I don't think I ever...
I figured you'd tell me when you were ready.
Have you heard of...
Oh, I don't want to hear about your story. You can tell me all of it, but I'm not going to listen to it. Dave Zill's got a point. Hit that like button. Get the likes on the stream up. Matthew Atkinson says, I actually played Fallout 76. Since I don't have 4 installed at the moment, I understand the sentiment, though. I never got into...
That's quite a...
That's funny. Am I the general now?
Now it's...
Sure.
Come on. Let's skip this dialogue. Am I done? Am I frozen? Oh, it's trying to catch up. Nothing.
No, nothing.
No problem.
He's a companion now. I can have him as a companion. Alright, well... I forget what I was supposed to do. Oh, yeah. Quick save, because always. Now we can level up. We're gonna put, I think, another one into this one. Oh, I can't because what? Oh, I need to be level 18. Okay, what can we do next? Oh, the one where you can carry stuff. That one's important. Where's that one? Ooh, Scrapper. I remember that one being important. Ooh, yeah, that one. Requirements are not met for that one. Okay. Strength isn't high enough. Okay. Put Preston in a dress and wear his uniform. That's probably something I'll come up with. Nico, what are your thoughts on the action movie Gross Point Blank? Never even heard of it. So, not much thoughts. Yes, Jam, I think lockpicking is also definitely a good method to go with. But I do scrap a lot of stuff, so I feel like... well, I don't want to scrap any of these things. I left all the armor and weapons back there, that's right. So, Aquaboy is really good. Ooh, yeah, Aquaboy is really good. Yeah, there's a lot of perks in this game that I definitely have to check into. It makes you able to go underwater and take no rad damage. Yes, that's right. Transfer. Let's put all this junk in here. And cook. That's right. That's what we need to do. Because once we get all this done, we can give, what's her name, her drugs. There we go. What can we do? Deathclaw Steak. Yeah, let's cook that up. Grilled rad roach. Don't mind if I do. Grilled rad stag. Don't mind if I do. Iguana on a stick. Mirelurk cake. Mirelurk egg omelet. We're getting all sorts of stuff. Mole rat chunks. See, this is why we gotta pick everything up. Ooh, we had a lot of mole rats, apparently. Mutt chops. Rad scorpion egg omelet. Delicious. Rad scorpion steak. Ribeye steak. Oh, that's made from the Brahmin. Mirelurk meat. Wow, we were able to cook a lot of stuff there. No soups. Okay, let's see what the soups are again. Gulper innards. Well, we have almost the stuff for that. Rad stag meat. Oh, we could have made rad stag stew. Alright. It's fairly solid now with the Wastelanders. Oh yeah, I know that as far as Fallout 76 goes, it's been improving a lot. Like, people have been saying that it's getting a lot better. It's just that it launched with such little content that a lot of people, myself included, never really wanted to play it. Alright, Kelly Yardley says, dare to game. I'm going to go to sleep. It's 5:30 in the morning. Oh, good night. Thanks for joining on the stream. Hope to see you at a future stream. And hope you have a good night's sleep, or good day's sleep, or whatever it is. So, see ya. Panther says, none of this sounds appetizing, probably because everything starts with rad. Yes, but to be fair, once you've cooked it in the game, it doesn't give you any radiation. So, it's quote-unquote safe to eat now. So let's, I think I just saw her, but just in case. It's not what I wanted to do. We want to go bring Jet to Mama Murphy. Oh, good. I didn't see her. So it's not a total waste. See how many Tatos we have? So many Tatos. Mama Murphy. Come on, Mama Murphy.
Mama Murphy.
The site's no good without the chems. You have that jet?
Here you go.
One hit of jet.
You did good. Now, let me ride the high to where the site diamonds. Are you fine?
I don't care about your sight. Just do your drugs and leave me alone. Let's see if I might have the next stuff to give her.
Hey.
Got a favor to ask you, kid. I know it's silly.
Sure. Glad to help.
Oh, that's right. I gotta make her a chair. Have I ever watched Das Boot? I have watched Das Boot. The German submarine film? Yes. Not for a while, but I have seen it. Alright, we're gonna put her chair right there. Seems like a good place for it. Now let's, see, this is beauty. We can get a couple of these, small missions done in the meantime.
Mama Murphy.
I need to sit down, kid.
Oh, okay, fine. She'll have all these potatoes done by sundown. Well, she should. She just took a bunch of drugs. See, this is why we get all this, I don't know what they do. So it's funny. They, having all this food
Assign someone to this.
and having people assigned to it gives you food for your settlement so your people don't starve. But they never actually harvest the vegetables, or at least not that I've ever noticed. Even though some... I don't want to talk to Marcy Long. I've never once wanted to talk to Marcy Long.
Going to talk to you.
Oh my god, I hate her so much.
Being sarcastic? Leave me alone.
The Longs are the worst. Jun Long just complains all the time, and she's a...
I need to assign someone to this.
Where the heck is my floating robot? There he is. I gotta assign him to do some gardening. Lazy bum. Because apparently a bunch of these are not assigned. Dave Zilla knows what's up. I hate Marcy so frickin' much. One of the things that I typically do in this game is send both of them to a different settlement so nobody else can see it, and then I murder them. Alright. Now we have Cogsworth, or whatever the heck his name is, doing that. What is... shove those potatoes. Continuing the conversation from last week's opinions on kiwi on pizza. I've never once tried it, but it sounds terrible. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like I could try it once. I'm not someone to freak out. Because even though it sounds terrible, it's probably edible. But it does not sound good, if I'm being honest. The Longs are awful. They're why I stopped using Sanctuary as my home base in some playthroughs. I typically don't use Sanctuary as my home base anyway. Like, I'll use it... let's put the flare gun in here, because I'm never going to use that thing. I use it as, like, the main Minutemen settlement. Like, I'll build it... Well, until I get the castle, then that one's the Minutemen settlement. But I'll build it up. I get tons of houses and stuff here, and I'll make it a huge settlement with a lot of farming and a lot of, like, stores and stuff so I can get my bottle caps. But, it's too big and clustered to use as my personal one. I typically pick one of the small ones, and I just fix it up and put a bunch of storage in it, and that's the one that I use as my home base. So let's put this in here, this in here. We'll keep all the cooked stuff. We don't need hub flour. Jet. We'll keep the drugs so we can feed them to Druggy over there. Mutated fern flour we don't need. Silt beans we can put in here. Put all these Tatos in here, thistle. Ah! Stim pack! Why would I want to put that away? I need that for combat. We're already getting a decent supply here. Okay. Now let's go into that. We'll put that in here, that in here. There we go. Panther says, so long, farewell. Ooh, who did we get? Says something about KCD. Jam says, anyway, night bro, it's 3 a.m. here. Keep up the good work. Been following you since KCD. Awesome to have you on board for such a long time. Like I said earlier in the stream, I will be streaming KCD in February. So definitely stick around if you're a fan of KCD, because I will be streaming it soon. Coke or Pepsi? Honestly, I I don't drink plain soda anymore. I only drink diet soda nowadays because regular soda is just too sweet. So I prefer Diet Pepsi because Diet Coke tastes terrible. But if I'm eating it regular Coke is better than regular Pepsi. So I'm glad that it's funny that I saw that comment.
Tired. The sight takes a toll on
Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go sleep. I want to try giving her all the drugs in one shot. Get all the way through her visions beforehand. See if she shares anything useful. Because typically, well, let's see. If I sleep 24 hours, it'll be 4 p.m. So 3, 2, 1, noon. I'm going to sleep 20 hours. Because normally, by the time I give her any drugs or don't give her any drugs, I've already like made it to Diamond City and found Kellogg or figured out where my son is, done all sorts of stuff like that. So I think it'll be a little bit more fun if I give her all the drugs and overdose her early in the story. If it'll let me. Good way to put it. I kind of agree, but I prefer Coke Zero over Diet Pepsi. Coke Zero is much better than Diet Coke. I'll agree to that. Because Coke Zero is pretty solid. Let's see if she's down to clown.
Hey.
You need the sight? It's telling me Mentats will give us...
Aha, I have Mentats.
another
See?
insight into your destiny.
Here you go.
Here you go.
That's
Look at that. We're getting XP just for giving someone drugs.
Right. Mama Murphy.
Come back later. Need
Sweet. We'll sleep another, we'll sleep 24 hours and come back and give her some more drugs. See, this is the way to go. I just left Dogmeat in Diamond City waiting on me to start the cross-map cigar chase. Oh, that's funny. I hate that mission. It's so annoying. Because in Estonia, a 0.147936349 gallon Pepsi costs as much as a small can of Coke. Question: why use such a strange unit of measurement for a soda? Is that 12 ounces? Because that's typically what we have as a can of soda is 12 ounces. Ooh, that was my weapons chest. I should store my extra weapons in there. The ones I'm not currently using. Transfer. Weapons. We're going to put the shotgun in there since I'm not using that right now. I'll keep that just in case I get stuff, but we'll put the submachine gun in there. And then we're going to go try to modify this pipe gun to make it better. Because it's fine, but it's not great.
What are you building?
What are you building? None of your business. Alright, so automatic receiver is the best we can do. Long barrel just gives us more range and accuracy. We'll do that. Standard stock is the best we can do. Large magazine. Quick eject mag. No, we'll stick with large. Standard sights, glow sights. 86 for that. I'm going to go with glow reflex sight. Small bayonet, large bayonet. Okay, so that is our pipe rifle now. So it should be a little bit better. I don't know, in Estonia we use liters. Well, we use liters. 2 liter, 1 liter bottles. Things like that. Oops.
Hey.
Come back for the sight?
Yeah, I
I
did.
need Med X this time.
I have MedX.
Another cam, another window to
Is
look
it
through.
0.33 liters, a third of a liter?
Yeah.
That sounds about right for a 12-ounce can, so yeah.
It just makes everything feel good, don't it?
I tried a zero sugar ginger ale 2 days ago. The results were suboptimal. Yeah, ginger ale, diet ginger ale is bad. I've never had a good one. It's fine if you're mixing it with alcohol, but... Was that modular weapons? Panther! I keep forgetting you've never played this game before. Yeah, you can customize the crap out of your weapons. You should play Fallout 4. Okay, well, I gotta go sleep again because I almost forgot. I was about to leave and go back to the junkyard, which I will do. But, I definitely want to help her get to Nirvana first. Yeah, you can modify the crap out of your weapons in this game. You can make some pretty cool stuff. Not to mention, if you're playing on PC, and Panther, I know you have a PC, there are some excellent mods for this game. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, one of the ones that I saw that I've used before is it adds in a fully functioning Iron Man suit to the game. That is pretty awesome. Yes, definitely not Estonian gamer. I was using I don't know what you call it, a metaphor for helping her get high. That's why I said help her get to nirvana. Tasted like ginger beer I tried a few months back. It's basically simulating drinking gasoline then swallowing a match.
We're gonna need a heavy hitter for the site to keep working.
Alright, what does she need?
Buff out ought to do it.
I feel like I have buff out. Oh, I don't have any buff out.
Just let me know.
Alright, let's check the thing. Preston disliked that. See, the beauty is if I help her OD right now, Preston will hate it, but I'll have... look at that, I do have some buff out. I'll have plenty of time for him to get over it and start liking me again.
Hey,
I need some buff out if you want the site.
here. Go easy.
Wow. Forgot how strong that stuff is. I see. But
Hey, I leveled up just from helping by giving her drugs.
Mama Murphy.
I'm alright, kid. Just need to take it easy.
I feel like there's only like one more before she kicks it. So, what's this? Life Giver? Instantly gain 20 maximum health. Yeah, that's a good one. Alright. Automatic weapons do 20% more damage. That would be a good one. Find more ammunition containers. That's a good one. I feel like Life Givers... Oh, wait, the requirements aren't met. Endurance 3. Okay, so... Are we leveling up strength? Let's put one into endurance. Perception. Well, that's the right for VATS. We should have put it in there. That's okay. She's definitely high as a kite.
Losing the sight.
Alright. Hopefully sleeping one more time and giving her one more drug is all she needs. I feel like we should have enough because I picked up a lot of drugs. Alright, we're going to sleep this time just for 22 hours so that it's before noon. That way it's not so late in the day when we set out after we help her OD. But, awesome that we were able to level up just through doing the side missions. Mordred says he wishes this game was a lot grittier. I can agree to a certain extent. I kind of like the Bethesda varnish on their post-apocalyptic world. It helps it so I don't have to worry about... So, like, I used to play this game a lot with my kids, my very young children. I'd let them sit there and watch me play, and they really like it. And I like that it doesn't scare the crap out of them, so it's good for that. And,
Hey.
let's see what she needs this time.
Again, kid. I usually like mixing Psycho in with something else, but I'll need it straight this time.
So she needs Psycho?
Got it.
Awesome.
Lord,
And, like,
it's pure
I've recently been noticing that,
interesting
I don't...
trip.
I've kind of played enough post-apocalyptic games, so they've got all these zombie games coming out and just tons of this stuff. And I'm not really that nuts about them. Like, the only one coming out in the next while here that's been announced that I'm actually kind of looking forward to for a post-apocalyptic setting is, I think it was called Atomic Heart. It's like Soviet Fallout. Never killed Mama Murphy with drugs, so this is interesting to see. Mama Murphy!
No.
What happened?
She's gone.
She's dead!
Kims would kill her. Damn it. I should have done something.
Mama Murphy, you've let us all down. Wish there was a bathtub I could put her in. Well, the chair's mine now. Let's see what Preston says.
Hey there.
Another settlement has sent word that they need our help. I'll mark it on
Checks
your-
out that that's what he's gonna say.
We need more settlements supporting our cause.
Let's see what he says after that.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Fun fact, Mama Murphy has the strength stat of 19. Well, toss her in a river. Yep, we're gonna go put her in a river. Come on, Mama Murphy. It's kind of a shame I can't take her clothing, because I could put it on Preston, and that would look pretty silly. Alright. Fun fact, she has a strength stat of 19. That's really funny, though. Boiler in the river. Nico, you given any thought to Terraria? Very fun game, very replayable, even more when you add mods to the mix. I don't even know what playthrough I'm on, still finding new things. I played Terraria once, back in the day when I was still playing Minecraft, and I didn't really much care for it. That's more of a Noah thing, you'll have to ask him. Because he still enjoys playing those games, I'm kind of moving on past it. And PUBG Pro Bros Fortnite Select says, Nico, let's go bowling. What is it, my cousin Roman? Oh boy. well, we're gonna get rid of... Why are they following us? Are they all following us? Just the Longs and him. Come on, Mama Murphy. Gotta get rid of your corpse. Can't have you stinking up the place. Wow, it's a long walk taking someone to the river. What happened? Where'd she go? Oh, please tell me it didn't teleport her all the way back. Oh, man. Let's see what Zhenlong says.
Trade some items.
Well, I'm just gonna take his ammo.
She's gone.
I just want to trade a few things.
Haven't we suffered
Leave you
enough?
and Preston let Mama Murphy die like that.
I want to trade a few things.
Oh, look at that. We got some extra 38 rounds. She may rest in Valhalla. Wonder what happened. Did it bring her body back, or her body just disappeared? Nice. Alright, let's get moving. So I feel like we've got everything we need. Quick save, and we'll move out. We're going to go to the... Well, wait, we should be able to fast travel, right? Because you can fast travel everywhere, right? So I think this was the place with the stuff that we needed. We'll have to ask then Noah later then. Yeah, Panther, ask him, because he's more into those type of games. I'm not really into them. Uncle Dave Zilla yelling at Marcy again. Yeah, she's the worst. Odin took her. That's fair. She's been brought to Valhalla. Alright, let's go in here. Ooh, that's a big scope. And let's check out the stuff. I feel like the magazine's in here. When that door opened, I just had a little bit of PTSD. I was a little worried that it was going to drop a bunch of grenades on me. Weapons workbench. Aha, there's our hot rodder. There, we should be able to paint our armor, I think, pink now. Cigar box. Get us some fiberglass. We should definitely give every settler a mini nuke launcher and some ammo. Yeah, it's real fun when they start blowing everything up with nukes. Alright. I'm not going to sit here and read all these. Alright. So it's deactivated. Can I destroy it while it's deactivated? Or if I shoot it, will it start attacking me? Well, let's find out. Quick save. I don't think I can damage it. There's a Fat Man and Mini Nuts here. Where are the Fat Men and Mini Nuts? Flamer fuel. There we go. Alright, where are the mini nukes and the... Aha! I'm guessing right there. Cool, cool. No doubt, no doubt. Well, we got that. Now, let's quick save again. Looks like you're carrying an FG-42. It does kind of look like that. Like a really poorly made one, but yeah, it does kind of look like an FG-42. That's funny. Recently, I've been rewatching the History Channel series, Patton 360. They have most of the episodes on YouTube, like the History Channel on YouTube. Hey, this is that same one I shot before. And I've been loving it. I forgot how much I really enjoyed watching those series back in the day. Get the tape so you can imitate self-destruct? What? Hey, was that ammo? Cool. I'm gonna go to the satellite station. People giving me advanced things. I think there's something up on this satellite too, isn't there? A bobblehead or a magazine or something. Stop shooting at me. That's so rude. They don't even know me. Doesn't appear to be anything in here. So we'll just have to go up here. On the bright side, we're probably going to grab some more meat. Oh, I'm also watching Band of Brothers right now, so that's fun too. So I'm on kind of a World War II kick. In serious business, have you heard of Stormworks? It doesn't sound familiar. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I also didn't want the stupid chain collar thing from the dog. It's really stupid. You can't scrap it. Not really much you can use it for. So I hate it when I pick those up. Vodka. What is this, pork and beans? Canned dog food. Should have known. What with all the dogs running around. I just want to get to be a slightly higher level before I get down into Boston. Oh, I guess there is nothing up here. Also, the mini nuke is near the gate on the right, but it's in between the fence and I think some tires. Well, I think I picked up a nuke with the Fat Man launcher. So I'm not nukeless. Mordred says Band of Brothers is fantastic. Oh yeah, it's a great time. It's been a couple of years since I watched it, and just recently, suddenly I started getting a hankering to watch it again. And so right now, Noah, my wife, and I are all watching through it. My wife has never seen it before, and Noah's in the same thing as me. He's seen it before, but it's been a while, so it's pretty fun. We're having a good time slowly watching through it. Alright. Is that an armor station? It was, so I can scrap this guy's stuff. Oh, I don't want to transfer, I want to craft. Alright, let's scrap this. Leather. How lame. Band of Brothers of the Pacific more. I don't really care for the Pacific. Like, I wanted to like it because I like Band of Brothers, but I started watching it and it was clear they were trying really hard to be Band of Brothers, but it just didn't work. They didn't have the same chemistry, the writing wasn't as good. I did not like the Pacific very much. Like, it's okay. It's not the worst content I've ever seen, but I don't like it as much as Band of Brothers. Panther says he's a sucker for modular weapons. Then Fallout is probably the right franchise for you, buddy. Because it's kind of a big deal in here, the customization and such. Now, you can customize all of the weapons, like every single type, but the pipe weapons are obviously the ones that can change the most drastically. Band of Brothers, by a lot. The Pacific is weak by comparison. Yeah, see, I agree with Mordred. I think Band of Brothers is way better than the Pacific. Requires terminal.
Hacking this is
And I can't hack it. It's too advanced. Oops, that's not the button I wanted to press. I wanted to press this button. And I missed. That's a lot of recoil. And a freaking dog! I'm gonna shoot him in the leg. Take that, dog. Mongrel dog neat. Don't mind if I do. I think it took a scalpel out of that one. Hey, I see a guy. But in the terminal, in the shack, there's a terminal. A bunch of mole rats will appear, wait for the robot to kill them or to help him, part 1. Then put yourself in the shack and initiate self-destruct for 2 fusion cords and scrap. F in the chat. What in the F in the chat for? I didn't die. Ooh, I should probably, yeah, stick myself. There we go. We're moving on. Aluminum can, always need it. Jet. I don't take most of the chems in this game. Ah. Oh, for the dog? Who cares? Ah! That seems like a minigun. I'm not in love with the fact that there's a minigun over here. Have you ever seen Generation War? Some people say it's the German Band of Brothers. I have not even heard of that. I'm gonna die. Alright, let's, do I have any... I feel like I have some grenades on me. There we go. Yikes! Don't love it. Don't love it. I thought I equipped those grenades, but I apparently did not. I don't have any mini nukes. Okay. How do I throw grenades? Ah! Not what I needed. Job! Ballsack. Ah, you press Alt to throw grenades. To be fair, I'm using a controller, so I don't think Alt's gonna do it. But we saved. Alright. Ack. Nobody wants you here. We got her. We got her. She dead. Alright. We'll take all of that stuff. Alright, what do we got? Aluminium. That is not how you spell aluminum. Boop. Military grade, whatever. Awesome. It's very simple, Nico. Think of it like throwing a baseball. A very dangerous, very explosive baseball. That's fair. Satellite dish status offline. Can we turn it online? We cannot. Alright, let's do the old quick save. So we got a new fusion core, so that's fun. So we'll actually be able to use our power armor if we want to. Did we come in this door? I don't think so, because there's a guy standing here being real sneaky. Yeah. On the bright side, I'm definitely getting better at actually hitting what I'm aiming at. So I'm getting more of a feel for the game again. Aha, there we go. Ooh, an army helmet. Bomb diggity. I didn't want the teddy bear. I just wanted the ammo. My favorite thing is watching military hand grenade training videos. They're very amusing. Because for one thing, one of the things that's fun is whenever you get ones of people actually doing it. Hey, look at that. We get a Vault-Tec lunchbox. Ooh, Nuka Quantum. A favorite. And they panic. And they won't throw it. I'm using the Minutemen artillery for the first time. It's actually useful once you set it a few up. Oh yeah, no, oh, excuse me, I have to sneeze. Anyway. The artillery isn't terrible. I've used it for large groups and stuff. I just never used the flare gun where you call like Minutemen reinforcements. That one is pretty lame. But yeah, I've used the artillery. The Pacific just focused on 3 main people while Band of Brothers covered an entire company. Yeah, I think that's a big part of why the Pacific doesn't feel as good, is that it's not able to move around as freely as Band of Brothers was. Boop, boop. Ah, that's a big rad roach. Well, hopefully we get something good from it. Well, we got a legendary rad roach. Cloaking metal left leg. Being hit in melee guarantees a stealth field once per 60 seconds. Okay. Well, we can pop that on. We won't be as uniform, but it's probably useful. Plus, it's got higher damage resistance. Y'all are going to convince me to buy this game. Damn it, Nico, I'm trying to save for a truck. Well, to be fair, I'm sure this game is probably only like, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks on Steam right now. It can't be that expensive. It's a decently old game. Well, I think it came out in 2014 or 15. So, not super old, but it's a couple years old. What you could do is, if you know you really want to get it that bad, just wait until it goes on sale next, because it almost certainly will. That's one of the beauties of, you know, playing on PC, is that games are always going on sale. Intel room key. Bomb diggity. Alright. Feel like that's good? Because, yeah, if you've never played it, it's a fun game. I think you'll like it, Panther. Alright. So, where is the Intel room? Have we been in this room? Paintbrush. None of those things are useful. Okay, we've been through here. We went down under the stairs. That's how we got to where we were. Now we got to go up. Especially during sales. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Fallout is... It shouldn't be hard to get this game. Not for an affordable price. Speaking of games that people are going to get. So, here's the question to everyone here, since I'm debating whether or not I want to try playing it. Elden Ring. It's coming out somewhat soon, I think in a couple weeks here. Who in the chat is planning on playing it, has any interest in it? Tell me what you're all thinking. I think I explored that whole section down there. Because to me, it just looks like another Dark Souls game, and while I had fun with, I think, Dark Souls 1 and 2, I got a little sick of it, because I find that they use their style of combat to pad the runtime of their game, and in exchange... Ooh, look, a mini nuke. In exchange, typically, it's a pretty shallow experience, which is why I'm not typically a huge fan of, like, Dark Souls and Bloodborne and stuff like that. So yeah, I just kind of want to know what everyone else is thinking about Elden Ring, if you've even heard of it. Because it's going to be coming out pretty soon, and I'm considering getting it. And if I get it, I'm probably going to make videos and stuff and possibly stream it. I want to take the fuse. If I'm looting stuff, I might as well get up a full inventory of junk and bring it back to my settlement. Dish rag, don't mind. Alright. We're getting stuff.
Yes.
Ooh, look at that. Permanently more difficult to detect while sneaking. I almost missed it because it blended in so well. I'm not interested in the Souls-like games personally, but I know for those who like them, they're pretty exciting. That it's pretty exciting. That's the thing is, like I said, I'm not nuts about Souls-like games either anymore. Like I said, originally, I kind of liked Dark Souls 1 and 2. I played a decent amount, and I tried Bloodborne, but like, I just think the formula gets old fast. And so, here's the thing, the comparison I like. I like hard combat, like difficult combat in a melee sense for medieval or medieval fantasy games is good. I like it. But what I don't like is how Souls-like games do it. So if you take a game like Kingdom Come Deliverance, the combat is difficult because they made it as realistic as possible. So it's got directional combat where you're using parries, you can try to use combos, there's different types of armor to use, and if you're fighting someone who is lightly armored, then a sword kills them very fast, whereas if you're fighting someone that's heavily armored, a bludgeon is going to be a much better weapon because you can actually hurt them. That's the type of difficult combat that's fun. The bad kind of quote-unquote difficult combat is what you get in Souls-like games, where you have ridiculously large and tanky enemies that are somehow also lightning quick. Can I travel during a storm? I don't think you can fast travel during storms. Oh, maybe you can. So that's an annoying thing, and all they do is they dial the damage for the bad guys up and dial yours way down or turn them into a damage sponge, which is just the worst formula for trying to make engaging content. It just turns every single battle into you trying to kill a stone wall by hitting it with a sword. Totally pointless. So for quite some time, I've been over that style of combat. It has a lot of Soul-style combat, lots of time dodges and such. World of Warcraft, cough cough. See, I've never played World of Warcraft because, not nuts about it. Yes, PUBG Pro Bros Fortnite Select has a point, Alexi, I should say. Can you go ahead and ban that sex bot in the chat? They're spamming and it's annoying. Alright, let's do some scrapping. Get some stuff. Alright, here's our Marksman's Hardened Pipe Bolt Action Sniper Rifle. We probably don't need that. We already have a minigun. Alright. We'll get rid of that too. So we've gotten some more parts. You heard of the island where they found the caveman? No, I have not. Is this a recent thing? They found another caveman? It's been a while. Alright, transfer, store all junk. Played it a few years ago, stopped around the time I got into high school. Yeah, like I said, I'm not an MMO guy, so World of Warcraft was never something I was interested in. Fat man, we can put that away. Probably put that away. Don't need a bunch of Molotov cocktails that I'm not going to be using. 10. Right, that gives me rad resistance, but that gives me head armor. So I'm going to put on the army helmet. Plus it looks cooler. Inventory, let's put on that helmet. One of my favorite things to do is I reorganize the Minutemen. So I give them all like more modern looking... Oh wait, I don't need to keep the gas mask in there. I can go scrap that. There we go. I like to give them all, like, army fatigues, army helmets, and then, like, give them tactical vest, like, leather armor on their torso armor. It's more fun. And then I give them all, like, the 5.56, I think they call it the assault rifle in here. They found a Stone Age tribe on a remote island still using bone and stone. Fun. Blood pack... Well, I'm going to put all the drugs in here now because I don't need them anymore now that, what's-her-name's dead. So, Hubflower, Jet we can put in here, Med-X, Mentats we don't need. Nuka-Cola we don't need. Nuka Quantum, Psycho, Rad-X. We'll keep the Rad away. And Vodka we don't need. We can put that in there, put that in there, put that in there. Put these in there. There we go. Drugs sell for a lot. Yeah, I like to save them up until I'm doing like a trade run. Should have some stuff to... There, look at that. Well, first let's check the soups. Hey, look at that. We have enough for red steak stew. Yeah, I like to save up the drugs just to sell them because I don't use them in the game. The only drugs I use are stim packs and Radaway. Because drugs aren't cool. Stay in school. Don't worry, Schlecht. I'll sell them. I save them up to sell them. But, like, right now, I'm not going to be going to a place where I can sell them. Let's, I think I have a mission open for... Yep, look at that. Oberlin Station. If you do... The thing about the Minutemen storyline is if you do the Minutemen storyline, it gradually works you towards Boston, but helps you level up a whole bunch and get better gear. Which is why I like to do it. What do you mean you don't need vodka? We always need vodka. Yeah, I like to let my settlers have it. I'm playing a Puritan lifestyle playstyle on this playthrough. No drugs, no alcohol. Also no dancing. Da. Niet. No vodka. Ooh, we've been streaming for a little over 2 hours now. Cool. What time is it? 1 o'clock? Alright, we'll play until... Can I not do that? We'll play until 1:30 or... until we finish this mission that we're on. Or whichever one comes last. How's that sound? So, I better hurry up. Because I'm betting it's going to be the mission. A communist you are. No, I'm not a communist. And I don't even like vodka in real life. Not a fan. I've had quote-unquote good vodka enough times to know that there's no such thing as good vodka. I think it all tastes like crap. Well, no. To be accurate, I think it all tastes like cough syrup. Like, straight up. A lot of people say that about all types of alcohol, but I think vodka literally tastes like cough syrup. Sharing is caring. That's called charity, though, not communism. Communism is taking things from people and redistributing it to other people, which is not sharing. That's like if I come to your house and I take all your food and I give some of it to my brother. Like, yes, I'm giving something to someone, but it wasn't mine to start with, and therefore is not the virtue of charity, but in fact the sin or vice of theft. But that's just my onion. The only way that you can be charitable is if you possess the thing yourself, like you have it in your own right. Otherwise, you're not. That's why. So it's. I think a lot of people get it screwed up because they were raised on stories like Robin Hood or something like that, where someone is taking something from someone and giving it to another person, and therefore he's a good person. But the problem with that is two things. For one thing, as I explained in a historical video on my channel, Parry This. Robin Hood did not rob from the rich and give to the poor. He took back from the taxpayers, from the tax collectors, and gave it to the people that it had been taken from, the taxpayers. So, not exactly a communist icon, more in fact a libertarian icon, if we wanted to associate him with one. But on top of that, even if he were robbing from the rich and giving to the poor, that would be bad, because he's taking something from someone who presumably earned it in some sort of way and giving it to other people who did not. Like I said, that's not the story, but, you know. Communism is taking stuff that isn't yours and giving it to someone who hasn't earned it and calling it altruism. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the problem with it. It can't be a virtue because the way that you're doing it is by taking it from someone else. Estonia was part of the USSR. Yes, I'm familiar with Estonia formerly being part of the USSR. Quite a few places were. In fact, one of them is probably going to be part of the new USSR very soon. Communism is when you have a farm and your neighbor has no milk. So the state takes your farm and the state gives everyone milk. Yeah, I mean, that's decently accurate. It's the way that I like to do it is instead of milk, because that's a product of an ongoing process, is beef. So in communism, let's say you have 2 cows and your neighbor has none. So some people would recommend that you should give one of your cows to your neighbor, or that you should give your neighbor some of the meat, or whatever. That would be charity. That's you deciding to do it. Communism's answer would be to take both of the cows from you and then give each of you back some of the meat, Yeah. So that's the difference, is that one is just taking the power to choose what you do with your own things out of your hands and giving it to the state. Whatever the state may be, whether that's a king or a dictator or Congress, whatever it may be. So that's the problem with it. It prevents charity, because now your things have been taken from you, so you have nothing to give. So yeah. Decent analogies there, PUBG. Yeah. I got an email about Ukraine last night. It was decently interesting. I think that's something to watch here and now, see where it all goes, because, I don't know. I don't think it's going to go super smoothly. I got a bad feeling about it. I know Ukraine's been basically a border state for a super long time, getting fought over by one power or another, so I'm sure it's not something totally new to them, but we'll have to see what happens. Man, it's going to take me so long just to get here. I always forget how big the worlds are in these games. Is there a bridge? Because I didn't get the water boy perk yet. I think that's the water place over there, so I'm going to have to go up to the bridge. Alright, so since none of you seem to be super familiar with or care about, do you think war will break out or what? I don't... It's hard to say since, as the West, so like Europe and America and everything, we haven't really actually had a full-blown war since World War II. Because the Korean quote-unquote war was officially classified as a police action because of what we were doing, in the way that you don't really fight for land so much as you're fighting an ideology, so therefore you're just doing constant combat for years. And that's what we've, collectively as the West have been doing since then, if you want to call it NATO or whatever, is fighting an ideology, which means you basically spend a lot of time and money fighting people somewhere who don't want you to fight them, or the people don't want you to be there anyway, and it takes years and years and years, and then you leave and nothing happens. So that's the difference between a police action and a war. So it's hard for me to say if I think war will break out. I think if Russia was to be openly aggressive in like whatever action they take in Ukraine, and maybe even start killing people, I think that could lead to some sort of conventional armed conflict. Especially considering in the previous years, and especially in the last couple months, Russia and China have been buddying up with each other, which probably will make Russia a lot more confident in some sort of a large-scale war. So it's potentially worrying in that regard. But I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that an actual conventional war will break out, just given the fact that it hasn't, for so long. It's been such a long time since there's actually been any sort of large-scale conventional warfare that it's hard for me to imagine it happening. So, NATO is what happens if the UN was useful. See, the problem is they're both pretty useless these days. As far as NATO goes, you could call it the more useful arm of the United Nations, but it's like 95% the United States anyway. So it's not a super useful alliance. It's really only good for scaring enemies of NATO, is really all it's good for. Because the threat is, if you go to war with any one of them, you go to war with all of them. So I would say, arguably, the other members of NATO definitely benefit from it a lot more than the United States does. Because, let's take Great Britain, for example. Do you think China is more afraid of going to war with the United States because they'd have to worry about Great Britain, or vice versa? Because I think it's probably vice versa. Dave Zongnu says, hello there. Hello, Dave. How you doing? And we got PUBG Pro Bros Fortnite Schleck saying, I'll admit capitalism is not perfect, but it's better than communism. Well, the thing is as humans, we have not figured out a perfect system of government. But historically speaking, the best systems, or at least the systems that have the best results for the most part, are the ones with the most decentralized power. So there have been good examples of monarchies and good examples of democracy, and bad examples of monarchy and bad examples of democracy. So it's not that the system itself is ever going to be flawless. It is entirely about the people in the system. So So far, like Panther says, capitalism is the best we've gotten so far. So far, capitalism has done the most to raise people out of poverty and into prosperity. More people have been raised out of poverty and into prosperity under capitalism than any other system. So if we're using that as the metric, then yes, capitalism has been by far the most successful. Also, under a capitalist society, you have by far the least amount of what most people would call tragedies. So like lots and lots of people being killed by one person or another for whatever reason it may be. That typically happens under authoritarian dictatorships. So anything on the scope of authoritarianism between fascism and communism. Typically, that's where you get the most avoidable deaths of what you would consider innocent people. So there are a number of metrics that support capitalism as being the best type of government. But like I said, there have been great examples of other types of government too. Monarchy, which most of us nowadays hate. There have been excellent kings who have led to like years of prosperity and peace, you know. But there have also been really, really bad kings who are terrible to their people, you know. So it's not that monarchy is inherently good or bad. It's just that, you know, it's all about the person in charge because they have so much power. And with a constitutional republic like we here in the United States have, they don't have that much power. So one person or one party can't do what a monarchy or a dictatorship could do just because they don't have all that power. Schlecht says, take my country, for example. The Netherlands, we have like 20 tanks, and they are not even ours. We lease them from Germans. Yeah, that's fair. Well, here's the thing, Matthew Atkinson. With capitalism, it crosses over both into economics and government. So the reason why that it works that way is because with other systems like communism or whatever, your economic system is intrinsically linked to your political system. The ruling party will dictate things. The government will set prices and dictate everything. So in a way, capitalism is just as much a political system as it is an economic system. Because it, like I said, a lot of it has to do with the way that your nation is run. And so, like I said, we intrinsically link capitalism with systems like I said, we have a constitutional republic or democracies or whatever. We link them together because they are intrinsically linked. Oh, we were cloaked. I was wondering what was happening. But yes, technically, capitalism is an economic system. Ooh, lots of ghouls. But anyway, no one really is scared of us. Yeah, that's fair. If you only have 20 tanks and you don't even own them, you lease them, you're probably not much of a military power. Monarchies can be good and they can be bad. Dictatorships have always been bad. Yeah, it's true. Well, it depends what you mean by your definition. Because many monarchies historically have been a dictatorship in all but name. So typically the word dictator, we use it has a negative connotation. You know, benevolent ruler could have the same powers as dictator. It's just the context. So I would say that many monarchies are just dictatorships with a crown, you know. Go over to the children's table now. I don't like politics. That's fair. We can probably stop talking about politics. We are playing Fallout after all. There's probably something that we could talk about instead of that. I'm just gonna die again. There we go. What is that thing? Is that a freaking rocket launcher? I'm diggity. Oh, there's a turret up there. I was wondering where I was being shot from. Just like at Christmas. This guy has a lot of health. Frickin' pipe rifles. I hate them. Hate pipe weapons. There we go. Yeah, no. Most family events I find, or holidays where you get a lot of people grouped together, it inevitably devolves into a political discussion. Just because, Panther says, no, there's only politics. Let's get some religion in here, too. Yes, how could we possibly be any more divisive? Let's also start talking about religion. But no, the problem with why people associate Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that with political discussions is because you don't see certain members of your family for long periods of time, and then suddenly you all get together and you have something in common, your family, but a lot of your other stuff is not something that you share in common. So your political leanings or maybe even your religion. So many times in a vacuum, this just leads to people discussing things that typically they wouldn't or haven't in the past, or at least not for a long time. So they get to fight about all the same old things. Football, I find to be a better thing to argue about for family. Because it's less impactful on your life, you know? So I find heated football discussions to be far more civil, even though I've heard a lot more people swear at each other and like holler over football than politics or religion. Just because, you know, I'll insult the Vikings or something like that and someone will get real butthurt about it. Alright, that should heal us up. As Karina Smirnoff says, don't forget to like the stream. Soccer. See, not a soccer fan. My brother likes soccer. So again, you're going to want to talk to him. Also, Estonian Gamer, I think soccer has 2 C's and no K. S-O-C-C-E-R. Me and Panther were likely talking about American football. In America, we're far more passionate about that variant of the sport. Alright. Let's see if we can clear out this place before we end the stream today. Ow! I got blasted. I gotta get some auto stim armor, that's for sure. It'll keep me from dying a lot more often. It's a good thing that out there I remembered to... Ah! Okay. Lots of traps in here. Alright, let's, That's right, at least it pauses when you, go into the menu here.
Soccer? I like soccer.
Yes, I know you like soccer, no? That's why I told them.
Okay, it just said that you mentioned me in soccer, and I was like, what?
Yeah, because someone had mentioned football, and then one of the people asked if I meant soccer, and I was like, nope, I'm not a soccer fan. That's Noah. Ah!
To be fair, I think I might just start calling it football. I don't really know if I want to watch American football anymore.
Yeah. Well, good chat. Noah's creeping. Ooh, that was a nice shot. Got him right in the head. Alright. Around 25, I just stopped caring. Oh, I'm European, sorry. Oh, it's no worry. It's not a... It's more of a US thing to consider it different, you know? The rest of the world agrees as to what football is. The United States is the only nation or region or whatever that will be like, no, that's soccer. Football is this other thing that we watch. So that's kind of an American problem, not really a European problem. But yeah. Man, I can't stand soccer. Panther, what an American thing to say. For me, it's just too boring. So my sports philosophy is thus. So if you're watching it live, almost any sport can be decently entertaining. Except for baseball. I've never once been interested in baseball. I have no idea how it earned the title as America's pastime, because it should be like America's sleep aid. It's the most boring thing I've ever seen. So I know a lot of people disagree about that, but baseball is just the worst. But after that, you've got soccer, hockey, and basketball, which are all almost exactly the same sport. They've got differences like in the gear you wear and some of the rules, but they all have the same basic premise. And American football is an extension of that, but it's played differently enough that it's a unique sport. It's done in plays instead of like the constant running action, which keeps it easier to stay focused and like actually be interesting for long periods of time. As far as other stereotypical American sports, other than baseball and football and such, NASCAR does not do it for me. I saw someone mention Formula 1. I would probably like Formula 1 more than I like NASCAR, for sure. I like that... I'm eating blind. I like that Bethesda games gives you the old pauses the world so you can stop to eat a bunch of cheese wheels if you're taking a bunch of damage. Ah, there you go, buddy. Maybe you should have fought me in something a little bit more than your long johns. Alrighty, what do we got here? This was the main person. Maximum capacity hair trigger pipe rifle. That sounds useful. Ugh, what is... my screen's all blurry. American football is like the European rugby, but with pads. Yeah, I mean, rugby's got... there's different rules and stuff, but it's a lot more like rugby than like soccer.
Yes. Hacking this is
Well,
beyond me.
we do not have the advanced perk. Bear reading the newspaper, as you do. Quick save, almost forgot. How did I miss both of those? Ooh, that person had a lot of ammo. Haha! Now both of my arms are broken, apparently. Ooh, squirrel bits. Submachine gun, don't mind if I do. Quick save. I think the slowness of baseball leads to the discussion and camaraderie, and that's why it's considered a pastime. That could be fair. I could see that, because it is a slow, meandering game, so I feel like... missing required ammo. Oh man! Holy crap, I ran out of ammo for this thing. See? You run out of ammo fast in this game, early game. Let's see if I have any 10mm ammo. I do. This guy's apparently not going to attack me, so that was fun. I could agree with that. I could see that the slow pace of baseball makes it a good game for sitting back, drinking a lot of beers, and talking. Because you do not need to pay very close attention to it. Whereas with football, if you look away from the screen for like an instant in a lot of games, you'll miss something really exciting and important. Not much of a sports person. Well, good night, Estonian Gamer. We'll see you next time. Again, we'll be streaming in an hour or two, so if you're awake again for some reason and want to join, we'll be streaming over on Twitch. Otherwise, we'll be streaming on Saturday here on YouTube. So, see you then. I have to see the MLB lockout is great for my TV. Means no baseball on the TV. See, I'm not familiar with it. Mordred, you must be more of a baseball fan than I. Which seems very possible, considering I'm not a baseball fan. On the bright side, I think that was all we had to do in there, so we should be able to run back to the settlement. Or no, fast travel. I'm going to remember it now. I have to remember that this game has a feature called fast travel, which can be used from anywhere. Oh. U.S. football is just a concussion simulator. Yes, that is true. And that's one of the things that the NFL is constantly trying to fight, is how much they cover up concussions. So that's always fun. The funny thing with soccer here in the Netherlands is that in regional tournaments we literally have riots, but as soon as it is a national game, we are all best friends. That is funny. I know that certain nations, and even here in the United States, certain states are way more likely to riot. So, it's a joke here. So, the Philadelphia Eagles, it's one of the American football teams. Philadelphia loves rioting. If the Eagles win a game, Eagles fans riot. If the Eagles lose a game, Eagles fans riot. So no matter what, which is why a lot of people have said that the Eagles should just be totally disbanded and gotten rid of out of the NFL, because every single time they play, some level of violence happens. I mean, it's not every time, but almost every single time they play, there's some level of riot happening by their fans. And so, like, a lot of people have said, we just need to get rid of the Eagles. That's funny. I just saw an article about it in the news, more of a European football fan. That's fair. I'd rather argue about sports that I'm interested in. That being said, I would be more likely to argue anything rodeo than anything. Oh, you're a rodeo fan, huh? I've been to some rodeos. I find them entertaining for the most part, if somewhat disconcerting. Watched a guy get mauled by a bull pretty bad once. they're okay. I feel like rodeos are something that I would, if I was going to go to them, it would certainly be one of those I'm probably going to be drinking a lot while I'm doing it type things. That loading screen took forever. Alright. But if you get rid of the eagles, they will get angry and still riot. Probably, but I feel like over time, they would get used to it, and, you know, they wouldn't just be able to keep rioting. I feel like they'd have to change. Can I fast travel from here? I can! Look at that. I've never been to a rodeo, and it is a crying shame. Well, Panther, let me think. I mean, here in Wisconsin, there's rodeos all summer long. Starting at late spring through mid to late fall, there are rodeos all over the place, so I don't know how prominent they are by you, but I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to find one if you live in California. It should be pretty easy to find one. Lexi1397 says, I've been to one rodeo in high school. LOL, I was in FFA. I had tons of fun. Yeah, that's a great way if you're still in high school. Join FFA. They'll travel around. We don't have rodeos in Europe. That I can believe. It's definitely an American thing. But you could probably go see a bullfight, right? That's a Spanish thing. Europe's all closer together than the United States is, so I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to get to Spain. Go watch a bullfight. Or maybe go do the running of the bulls. Isn't that a thing? It's kind of like a rodeo, but more dangerous.
I took care of those raiders for you.
Just wake her up by saying that. This morning, I sent my youngest daughter, she woke up first. I sent her to go wake up her sisters, right? And so she goes into my oldest daughter's room and screams, "Wake up! It's time to get up!" And my oldest daughter punched her in the face. So that was fun. My city has its own rodeo grounds. I used to live directly across the river from it. And yet you've never been to one.
Let's trade.
Of course.
Well, I'm taking her ammo. Shotgun shells it is. Alright, Panther. Now that we can... See, I'm remembering fast travel. Yeah, it would have taken forever to frickin' walk all the way back to Sanctuary. Yeah, I can believe that Europe doesn't have rodeos, though. That makes sense. Kind of a cowboy thing. I mean, it's like a imitation of cowboys, so it comes from Western history. Panther sounds like sisters. Yeah, it was... And then I was downstairs and I heard my older daughter calling to her and telling her to come there, and I was like, "What's going on?" Because I didn't hear the initial thing, but I heard my youngest one crying and all that sort of stuff. So, and then I heard it. And I go upstairs and my oldest daughter's still sitting in her bed and she's trying to get the youngest one to calm down, and she's like, "I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. I have a headache and you yelled really loud." And I was like, "Oh, that's perfect. That's an excellent way to start the day."
I took care of the raiders that were harassing that settlement you sent me to.
Lexi says she likes watching the kids riding sheep. It's so cute. Yeah, it is cute. The kids, I think they call it mutton busting.
Drive that scum out of the Commonwealth for good. As usual.
No cowboys, no rodeo. That's fair. Well, like I said, a rodeo it's a simulation of cowboy stuff, because it's not very realistic to real life. The bulls that they ride, well, first of all, I can't think of any reason why a real-life cowboy would ever feel the need to ride a bull. But like the bulls and the horses they ride, they've typically got like a band around their nuts that is like tight, and they pull on it, which is why the bulls and the horses buck the way they do in rodeos. So, all right, we can get rid of that. Get rid of this missile. Oh no, we'll keep the missile launcher because we don't have one of those. But we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. And that's our pipe rifle, so we'll keep that. Mutton busting, Van be interpreted very differently. Yeah, if you're Welsh, mutton busting means a totally different thing. But I think that, yes, Panther, I think it might have been a reflex punch or whatever. It was inappropriate and I made her apologize. But anyway, that's where we're going to end the stream for today. So I had a lot of fun. It was calmer stream because we didn't do any main story missions, but we're leveling up. We're getting there. Let's see. Oh, good. We do have another level up we can do. What should we do? Can I do the Life Giver one? Yay, we can. Good. Yes, they were trying to buck the cinch around the haunches. Yeah, like I said, it's you're aggravating the animal, which is why they're bucking like that. So I met one bull rider and he was a pompous little shit. Yeah, typically rodeo people, especially young rodeo people, are pompous little shits. They're usually not very fun to be around. But anyway, we're gonna end the stream. Had a lot of fun. We'll be streaming again next Tuesday, probably also Fallout again, I'll probably just play again. And I think we're going to try to continue on with the story. So next time, I think we're going to try shooting for Diamond City. We'll also be streaming later tonight on Twitch at mind_panzer. That's mind_panzer. So I'll be streaming tonight. And then, of course, also on Saturday, we'll be streaming again, almost certainly Red Dead Online. Rodeo cowboys have a very bombastic stereotype, and they don't really try to disprove it. That's fair. So, thank you everyone for joining in. We had a lot of fun discussions, most of them not about Fallout, but we'll see you all next time.